That put an end to their 4-game losing streak. They're back at it tomorrow against the Storm. And Sun Devil football secured a couple of commitments for their 2025 recruiting class over the weekend from linebacker Lee Fuimaono and wide receiver Corey Butler. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, look for another warm day out there. Temperatures topping out close to 103 degrees, mostly sunny skies. For tonight, we'll continue with those clear skies with those overnight lows right around 77. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Hope you have a good Monday. Roc and Manuch day from Casino Arizona and the CATV Sports Bar and Sports Book. We'll be with you for the next 3 hours here. Our home every Monday. We also got Jackson here with us doing all the technical work here. And back at the iHeartRadio studios, it's Chris Schubert, right?
Yes, that's him.
He's working today?
Yeah, Shu is there.
Just grinding away. Like 6 straight days.
Well, the Mets blew it tonight, huh?
Hey, a split. I mean, I think that is a win. A split with the Mets. It would have been nice for them to obviously sweep them, but you'll take a split thanks to Marte and homering twice yesterday with the go-ahead late in that game in the 9th inning, a 2-run blast as the D-backs won 5-4, and now they get to travel all the way back home to take on the Giants tonight. So it's nonstop for the Diamondbacks, but it was good to see a split. Injuries still are an issue. This team's still struggling to get some runs. But I think this is what we have, and this is what we're going to have to deal with through the course of this season.
I'm with you 100% on that. It's disappointing that they are like a walking mash unit, and they really are. And you're going to get people on the mound that you've never heard of coming up in this series against the Giants.
Well, you're right. You got the young man Walston, the young guy. You got Nelson. Yeah. Nelson taking the mound tonight against the Giants. 3-game set versus the Giants. They travel over to San Diego for a 4-game set. And then after that, you got the Angels coming to town. But, yeah, you got Nelson, Walston, and Montgomery, and right now they might have to go bullpen.
They might have to go committee Thursday
when they are on their Thursday game.
Yes, again.
You know, you look at that, you go, wow. Talk about a mash unit. To your point, Jimmy, this is if they can just try to generate runs, they're struggling to generate runs, and you got this kind of a staff. Can you say, hey, bullpen, heads up, and be ready to go? And the Giants, I think they've only won 4 out of the last 10 themselves, but they had won 7 out of 10 2 weeks prior to. But again, this is kind of one of those times of the year, your interdivisional foe, that hopefully that you can win one of these series, if not both of them. Hopefully, highly unlikely, because I think that if I look at the D-backs, they're 1 game out of the 3rd wild card spot right now to St. Louis Cardinals. So this is this is like 7 to 10 days with no off date until June 17th will be vitally important for this team.
I mean, look at it this way. Manuch, when the season began, and for those who listened to the show but haven't heard, Manuch claims his love for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Absolutely.
He was like crying in his own beer when the season began because the Cardinals were terrible. So where are they now, Manuch?
They're fighting back to where they are now in the 3rd spot of the wild card.
Yes. Yeah.
But they don't have the woeful injuries.
No, they do not.
They start getting healthy, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And that guy named Goldschmidt that they traded away about almost 5-6 years ago is catching fire.
Yes.
So yeah, it's still 56, 57 games in, but you need all hands on deck if you're the Diamondbacks if you're going to make that run. It's going to be very difficult.
I am curious what they're going to do at the trade deadline. You know, are they going to be selling? Are they going to be buying? Because right now they're in the middle of the pack. They're 4 games out of that postseason. The
third spot,
of the wild card. But there are some other teams, like you said, just the Cardinals, but the Reds are there, the Nationals, Pirates, Tigers, Red Sox on the AL side. But I do think that if they could just kind of keep it interesting, right? Could they keep it interesting? I mean, that would be kind of fun.
That's the key, and what Manuch was just discussing, and we laughed about it, but it is so true. With the end of this week, that it's going to be maybe pitching by committee. And you're also going to have guys take the mound that you don't even know who they are. And you got your hitters that just because they got a split against the woeful New York Mets doesn't mean this team has righted the ship.
And I think for guys to start, being more consistent with hitting, you looked at the stats, it looks like the D-backs are at the bottom of the heap as far as runners left on base. Runners in scoring position, they're there. But, I mean, you need a Gurriel and Corbin Carroll to get hot, be more consistent. Look like McCarthy's going to be part of that. And Suarez, I mean, really nowhere to be found when you watch him. As far as you talk about the power, Jimmy, or lack thereof. Yeah, and I think with Jock Peterson, I don't think they can rely on the power. They're not going to really rely on power. It's going to be small ball and moving guys along. Guys got to get on base.
Yeah.
And then when they've had guys on base, you got to bring them across the plate. Well, they have the bases loaded once, runners on second and third twice on Saturday. On Friday, and they didn't bring them in.
Nothing.
So they had 10 or 11 left on base. So, the hitting, and then good luck with pitching. So you just hope that the hitting can keep up with the lack thereof pitching, and maybe these young guys can go 5, 6, 7 innings and give that bullpen a break. There's going to be a long 2 weeks for this bullpen when you look at this moving forward.
So, of course, with that bullpen, because of Zach Gallen being placed on the 15-day last week on the 31st with that right hamstring strain. So we'll see how that all plays out for him. If it is only going to be 15 games, you hope that that's the case. But again, I think trade deadline is something we got to keep an eye on with this team because they could go either way. They really could.
I'm with you. Yep.
I would keep the faith. Hopefully they can catch fire at some point. But I'd wonder if they go for another power bat or they go for another arm. They may be forced,
They may be forced to go for another arm, Manuch.
I would agree with that.
They may not have a choice.
Because Kelly's looks like right now not coming back until after the All-Star break. You look at Zach Gallen, okay, will that hamstring linger throughout the year? Will it rear its ugly head again? And then you look at, Erod, okay, when is he going to be available? How effective will he be? When he comes back. Yeah. I mean, just I think that you basically have the perfect storm for the Diamondbacks. Can they recover? And can Hazen go get a batter and arm to help cure that after the All-Star break?
Some other baseball news. The NCAA baseball regionals were played this past weekend. Arizona Wildcats, they hosted the regional down there in Tucson since they won the Pac-12 regular season and tournament championship. They were a number 13 seed overall. But once again, they got knocked out. They were 0-2 in the Tucson regional, and they've struggled in the postseason under Chip Hale. Arizona was outscored 16-4 in both games. They lost to Grand Canyon 9-4 on Friday. Then they lose Saturday to Dallas Baptist.
Who?
Dallas Baptist 7-0.
Yeah.
And for Arizona, for the 4th-seeded Grand Canyon, they had a couple hours of enjoying a win because they did take care of Arizona, but then they got eliminated by Dallas Baptist 12-10 on Sunday. Dallas Baptist,
and I think they had to win a doubleheader if they came to the losers bracket.
They did, and then they lost to West Virginia.
A lot of baseball, in 2 days. I mean, I've heard we were part of a potential tripleheader when I was in JUCO ball at Mason Community. We had to beat Central Arizona, beat them the first game.
Why are you telling us the story?
Because it's just triple headers are very rare, Rock. So it'd have been almost like a triple header. But they crushed us the second game.
Anybody cares?
No, I'm just saying triple headers can happen.
But nobody cares that you played for what? Mason Community?
FCC taking on CAC, Central Arizona College, and they ended up crushing us the second game. They moved on.
Folks, if you're switching to another channel, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
3.
I'm taking my headset off. Right.
I'm just enlightening you that if you had to do a triple header, it could have happened.
Yeah, I'm just happy it wasn't me.
There's plenty of time.
Oh, you're
I
right.
mean, we're only 10 minutes
Oh,
in.
you're right. Yeah.
You know,
We
I
still
mean,
got
you
3
missed
hours.
you missed a pretty good Friday.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, Jimmy's Rewind. It was good. Yeah, we had. It was the best of May. So you were.
I was featured.
You were featured. Schubert.
The Forest. No Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court.
You're back in Milwaukee. Learn how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
The Oilers. Yes, for John. There at Rogers Place in Canada. And Connor McDavid and the Oilers will face Matthew Tkachuk and the Florida Panthers for the Stanley Cup. Game 1 in Florida on Saturday. So we got to wait. We got basketball with the NBA on Thursday. That'll be game 1. Game 1 in the NHL. By the way, all the Stanley Cup playoffs will be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 and on the FM side on the HD3 channel 99.9 FM.
Are you a Stanley Cup watcher?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I
Big time.
Big time. I love it.
Even Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't anything else to watch yesterday. You had women's golf and all the BS with WNBA going on, which I know you're going to want to talk about that a little bit later, which I'm going to go gamble while you guys.
Okay,
I could care less about
know.
the WNBA.
I know
I could care less about Caitlin. What's her name? Clark?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, who cares? Come on, Stephen A.
It's a major story on all the networks.
Because there's nothing else going on.
Well, whose fault is that?
But it's sad that we can't talk about something else.
I agree.
But we got to go down to WNBA.
We don't have to bring it up on the show.
You just said before we got on our big show meeting, you said, hey, I'm going to go off on WNBA.
I will go off.
I can't wait to talk about it.
If you offer up the time, it's your freaking show. You're the boss.
Right. Hey, Shu, how much time do we have till break? How much time?
A minute.
All right, go ahead.
I got 1 minute.
You got 1 minute.
No, Jimmy, save it. That's not enough.
I'll save it.
It's not enough.
Come on.
Not enough.
Hey, our headlines today are brought to you by the Sportsbook here in Casino Arizona. Bet the game, watch the game, win, wager, all here at the Sportsbook in Casino Arizona. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens that display all of the betting lines. Coming up, we'll have our sounds of the weekend, which will be some NHL and some Major League Baseball. Then we'll also have some fun with our G2G protein bar segment. So we'll have our game changers from the weekend. So that's all coming up as well. We got Mr. Kempton, Tim Kempton, talking some NBA in about 15 minutes. A little bit later, ABC 15's Craig Fouie and Frank Sanders. So light day. Manuch kind of just it's just cruising on a Monday.
I can't get blood out of a turnip, Rock.
I know, but there's got to be something we could have created, like I don't know, bring back DH or P Rose in the hall. I mean, there's got to be something.
How about Mike Tyson's ulcer and the fight's called off?
Completely called off? Is that not official?
No,
yet?
it's not official.
No,
it's
not
postponed, right?
Postponed. I should have said not called up, but postponed.
You got to be really accurate,
Jimmy. Mike Tyson. Well, it's called off until they reschedule. It's the same deal.
Are you gonna lose any sleep over that?
No.
We're also going to talk about the Vikings. If you're a season ticket holder, the season tickets went up. Justin Jefferson got paid, so we'll dive into that. Caitlin Clark is the story today for Jimmy and Manuch, so they'll get into that next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Your game, Fright Nights. Where else find us? Always punch to join me every Saturday from the Sportsbook to the Sports Bar. For 10 points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAT Sports Bar. Every Yankee. Let's go. That is the platinum medals. Store, favorite restaurant. Dico,
special today. Year after year, Lerner was voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Row is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
If you're looking for the most epic place on earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for today's play of the day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the valley of business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get to the play of the day.
Skinner to the far side. Skinner to the far side. Puck kept alive by the Stars and bouncing on Marchman. Goes back out to Haskin at 45 seconds. Cross ice. Robertson. Down low. Back across over 2 sticks. Sagan and Marchman. Here's Haskin with it again. 25 seconds. Towards the net. Skinner with a save and then a split. No icing. 15 seconds on the clock. There's Sagan into the Auburn zone. Puck in deep. Bouchard. 8 seconds. Fires the puck around. Now a shot missed the net from Robertson. It's time on its down. On the Edmonton Oilers. Heading to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Marte slams it deep to center. Bader backing up, looking up, and it's gone. Ketel Marte, his second home run today, and the Diamondbacks have stolen the lead in the ninth.
Thanks to TNT and the MLB Network, as the sound is brought to you by Document Solutions. Are you looking for a all-in-one wireless printer? Well, Document Solutions of Valley has one for you. 623-252-8282. Get one for yourself or your business. All new, all-in-one printer. Right now, you can either buy, lease, or even rent many makes and models that are available to you right now. You can work off your smartphone. Again, 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of Valley. Their service can't be copied. And when you call, ask for our buddy Greg House. So there's your top stories there. If you listen to this program on a regular basis, we thank you. And you would know that it's a daily occurrence that Jimmy does something off the wall, and Manuch likes to kind of rub it in. Like he's
I poke at him a little bit.
Yeah. Poke at him. But before Jimmy B, it was always Manuch making the mistakes. And
I did
all the time.
What was I making mistakes?
Always. You would say stupid things like Jimmy does. So Jimmy just does it. So Shu, you didn't see this during the break, but Manuch put on Jimmy's headset, not his own headset. He put on Jimmy's headset, which is a no-no. We do not share headsets. Plus, we've been doing this for 20 years. You know your headset. You don't wear somebody else's headset.
just having to reach out. Thought it was
but
here.
why? But why?
It was
Then
there.
you had a moment. You had a Jimmy moment.
So, well, it was right. They were next to each other.
No.
So I was looking at my
no,
computer.
this is a party foul.
I reached
Total.
over.
You want to know why this is nope? And you know, Manuch, this is why this is a party foul, because I have you guys backstage before the show starts. I have you guys in queue. I can hear everything that goes on before we go on the air. And when you do the sound checks, you go, Rock, you're number 3. Jimmy B, you're number 4. You every single day on this show, you go through whose everybody's headset is. And I'm here to tell you, this is the first time on the show where it's come up that somebody took somebody else's headset. The person who did it, the person who makes sure that everybody else knows whose headset is who. So this is a major party.
It really is. Because you always say, "Oh, Rock number 3." Jimmy, you were adamant, like you just said. I mean, adamant. It's like, I don't care what number I am. Just give me my damn headset. And
Rock never picked up the wrong headset.
I've never.
Rock's never done it. Jimmy B's never done it.
No,
Jax hasn't done it. No, but Manuch did it today.
Yeah, I just misremembered. I reached left, was looking at my computers, happened to grab it. So
but if Jimmy would have done that, you would have been all over him.
But we never started with it. Was hey, you got my headset? Okay, no harm, no
Jimmy,
foul.
I don't understand why you don't have bigger balls.
Oh, actually,
and
they are pretty large.
And say something to,
he
to
can't,
him.
He can't.
Why
hang
can't
with
you
me.
say something to him and say, "Hey,
well,
you know, he
can't
rips you every day, and you had an opportunity."
I got news for you. It's because that's all he's got, and I bring much more to the show than just ripping my compadre who's seated to the right of me.
Jax, you were going to add to this?
Yeah, I was going to say, me being an eyewitness right next to Manuch, he said that both of their headsets were next to each other. I can attest that Manuch's headset was right here.
On his right.
On his right. It was on his right.
Yes.
And one Jimmy B's was on his right.
Let's roll the tape back on that one.
No, it's okay, dude. You're what, 66?
Be accountable, put the hand up and say, I messed up.
Early stages. I mean, I get it.
Misremember, my bad.
Look, I'm freaking older than dirt, and I haven't done that.
All right, let's get to our G2G bars game changer from the weekend.
No open for this.
No open for this. So that's my mistake. So why don't you guys rip me? We do have an open for it.
It happens. We still make a big deal out of it.
I thought we had an open for this. No?
No.
We never had an open for
because
this?
we switched it to a positive.
We had an open, right? And we switched the tenor and the tone. And so
I had a
old open doesn't really
work.
work.
It happens.
So, no, but that's a little bit different. We have a paid segment.
Yes, that
which
is
has an open,
Yeah.
which our producers have not redone it yet. So who's the producer of the show?
That would be
Me.
Jax.
It would be me.
All the
It
above.
would be
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Rock.
Bars. This is where we talk about something positive. It was negative, and then it came down on us. Like, hey, you guys make it more positive, not negative. Yeah. So here we are. I'm gonna go the positive route as Robert McIntyre. Got his first PGA Tour victory. He won the Canadian Open, the RBC. And he's 27-year-old. He's the 5th player from Scotland to win on the PGA Tour since the start in 1940. And the last person, Martin Laird, our good buddy Steve Dalby's student. And what I thought was really cool was his dad was on the bag. His dad was on the bag. And here is some of that exchange after they won when he was being interviewed by CBS, on CBS.
Robert McIntyre, through tears, you just said.
So I left most of this. I cut a little bit off the end, but this is worth the entire listen.
Believed in you your entire life, but why is this one so emotional for you?
Because of this, I mean, I'm speechless, to be honest. I don't think I'm looking for a caddy. I think Lincoln are looking for a greenkeeper. It's just, that's just everything for me and my family. My girlfriend, my team. Can't believe I done it with him in the bag. It's just, I'm crying with joy, but laughing because I didn't think it was possible.
This life on the road is not easy. And in Myrtle Beach, you talked about being homesick. You bring your dad out, the biggest piece of home you could ask for by your side. How much has this helped determine this?
You know, I was going down the last day and just trying to tell me, stay focused, just swing smooth, because yesterday I got a little bit too fast, and in my head I wasn't listening to him. I was like, I'm wanting to win this for my dad. Like, this is a guy that's taught me the game of golf, and I just can't believe I've done this with him in the bag.
Dad, it looks like you're taking this one all in. What is it like? Elite athlete on your
3 minutes
own.
when you get back.
You have been so committed to your son's success ever since he showed passion for the game. What's it like to be a part of this moment?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm a grass cutter. No, a caddy. Sorry. Oh, Danny. Yeah, honestly, it's unbelievable. I got phoned last Saturday night. You phoned me. I'm sitting on the couch at home, 8 o'clock Saturday night, and I'm like, can I leave my job here? I'm busy at work.
Of course you can.
Aye. 8 o'clock the next morning, I'm on a flight up here, and wow.
I'm a grass cutter.
I know.
Yeah, and as his dad on the bag, had to leave work to go be on the bag. And, of course, by winning that tournament, he gets to go to the Memorial. He gets to go to the U.S. Open. And but his dad's going back to work.
Yeah, and
his dad's flying back to Scotland.
Yeah, and then the kid says, he says, I got to get back to my job. And the kid says, no, you don't.
Exactly.
I just won well over $1 million, Dad. You don't have to.
I'm sure he tipped his dad pretty good. Too.
Yeah, he better. All right, Manuch.
Mine's going to go. We're going to go back to the Mets and D-backs game. And this is what Ketel Marte did yesterday.
And he jumps on this one, drives it deep to center. Taylor to the track, to the wall, and it's gone. Ketel Marte, number 4 on Lou Gehrig's day with a leadoff home run.
How fitting is that? The number 4 guy uniform with the number 4 on patch on his left shoulder and hits one out of the ballpark.
Synchronicity. That's Ketel's 11th, and the Diamondbacks strike first.
Hold.
Marte slams it deep to center. Bader backing up, looking up, and it's gone. Ketel Marte, his second home run today, and the Diamondbacks have stolen the lead in the ninth.
Yeah, Ketel Marte must have had a couple of G2G protein bars before that game yesterday. 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and the 2 home runs you heard there. And as you heard that mentioned on the broadcast, ironically, on Lou Gehrig Day, which Lou Gehrig wore number 4, as does Ketel Marte. Could not have been a better day for Ketel Marte.
Mine, I'm going to the NHL playoffs from yesterday. Edmonton and Dallas, sensational game. Connor McDavid right now, and I know that a lot of hockey fans in this area really haven't even seen him. They don't really understand how good Connor McDavid is. He quite possibly right now is the best player in the National Hockey League. He gets the Oilers on the board yesterday on a goal, which is absolutely sensational. Thank you to TNT.
Well, it's 2 for 3 with the man advantage. Big 5 at Dallas. Leon Draisaitl for McDavid. Dissect steal. Rocks in front of us.
Connor McDavid is the name that you want to pay attention to. Now, look, the Stanley Cup Final does not begin until Saturday. Here's a little tidbit on what this is going to be about. Florida and Edmonton, it is the furthest 2 teams have ever traveled ever in the National Hockey League playoffs. It's almost 2,600 miles between the cities.
Dude, that's amazing.
Should say that for the number of the day.
Seriously, you prepped. Where'd you get that stat? Were you up late last night? I know you didn't get on the internet.
No.
You don't know how to use that.
No, I don't.
But how did you get that? That's a great tidbit.
I
will say this, though.
Face.
The way you teased that,
yes.
I looked at Jax, he agreed. I know you could see what I was at. That was amazing. It was like if you want to get into the business.
Yeah. I got a shot.
No, I'm saying people that are listening, if they want to get into the business, they need to listen to Jimmy Brinson. That's the way to do it.
Rock, Jimmy Brinson, not Brinston. There's no
Brinson.
T. Yeah, you keep saying Jimmy Brinston.
I don't say no T.
Yeah,
I don't spell it that way.
Well,
my phone is Brinson.
Brinson. Okay, you comes out Brinston.
You worry about what headset
No,
you have. I'll worry about what I'm doing. I'll
We're-
continue driving this thing. You just sit back, keep your
make sure you
seatbelt.
know who your partner is here.
Jimmy Brinson.
There you go.
That's fair.
Princeton sounds better though. Princeton.
No T. Just Brinson.
That's why it's
whenever
just-
you guys all spell my name wrong. It's ROC, not ROCK. It's ROC.
I always spell it ROC.
You guys always get it wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton is coming up. He'll break down the NBA Finals as the Mavs and they're all set to tip off on Thursday. from Massachusetts. So we'll get his early prediction on this game. He will join us next. We're out here at Casino, Arizona in the CAZ Sports Bar, which is also the sports book. If you have not been here, you got to check it out. Great place for all of the games, especially when it comes to the Stanley Cup Finals and NBA Finals. So that's coming up. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Jimmy Brinston.
Clear hold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
Some college basketball this June afternoon. Arizona State will play New Mexico, while GCU will take on Stanford in the Acrisure Series during Thanksgiving week. The Cardinals return to the field to start the final week of voluntary OTAs. 3-day mandatory minicamp starts June 11th, and the team will adjourn for the summer. It's a 2-game winning streak for the Diamondbacks that they bring into tonight's series opener with the Giants. Ryan Nelson will be on the mound. And the Mercury got the 19-point win over the Sparks yesterday. That ended their 4-game skid. They're back in action tomorrow when they take on the Storm. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Texas Sprint. Need G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Need an electric charger installed or a TV mounted? Contact AC Electrical Family at acelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392. That's acelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electrical Family. Power up with the best.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Part of the NBA Finals. NBA and list. Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 9.9 HD2.
Tim Kempton joins us now on the Right to a Guest line. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here from Casino, Arizona. How you doing, Tim? What's going on today? How's your week starting so far?
Doing great. Just got off that little Mountain Shadows 9-hole course. What a fun little course. If you've never played it, get over there. Little par 3 course over at Mountain Shadows on Lincoln Drive. You guys been out there?
I played it on Thursday. I can't stand number 12 with that green. It's like it's kind of elevated like 90 degrees up in the air. It seems like. I mean, it's a hard track.
It's a par 3. You hit a wedge into the middle of the green and 2-putt.
Yeah, okay. On that green, what if you go a little far? Then you got that downhill putt, and then into the water. I mean, come on. You got to admit, dude, that is a great track, but it's a great place to really work on your short game, isn't it? Because it's tough.
Yeah, it sure is. Just bring 4 clubs and you can have a great day out there. It's a lot of fun.
It's true, Manuch. It is. It's such a nice track. I mean, they've done such a good job on that course. But yeah, I was fortunate to play it on Thursday. It's a good track. So, all right, we got to wait till Thursday, of course, with Boston and Dallas. But as you look to this series, do you see it going long? Do you see it being a quick one, in and out? Where are you leaning on this?
It really comes down to who makes shots. I think we're really going to find out if Dallas is that good. They just stayed off Kyle Anderson. They played 5-on-4 in the half court against those guys. Like Kyle Anderson opened in the quarter, and if you can't leave anybody in the starting 5 or the starting 7 for that matter for the Boston Celtics. They're the best 3-point shooting team all season long, and 3-point shot is such a weapon. Everyone does it. They spread you out. And they've got 2 superstars. So you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum match up against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Same scenario. They've got a lot of guys to throw at you defensively. And then offensively, can you keep pace with Boston as well as they shoot threes? The other guys played extremely well. You know, you talk about Lively and Gafford. Those guys played extremely well, clogging up the middle. But here's the thing. If they clog up the middle now, it's a kick out to Porzingis or Horford. Horford had a game where he made, 7 out of 8 threes in that last series. So the floor is going to be spread a little bit different. You know, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum going to the rim. You know, again, if you try to take that away, it's kind of the same thing. When you take away, you know, Kyrie Irving drives and Luka Doncic's drives, and you leave guys wide open for threes, then all of a sudden they became good players. So what happens? Who makes more shots in this series is what I think it comes down to.
Well, and then, Tim, to that point, if Porzingis, he's questionable for now. If he doesn't play, do the Celtics need all hands on deck to beat the Mavericks, to say in a 7-game stretch, to say he's got to sit out another week or 2 with this calf strain?
Well, they've played extremely well without him, so I don't think it's as drastic to them as some of these other people are making, because all these other guys, you know, even look at Pritchard coming off the bench, how well he played. It's just the nature of their game to spread you out. And all of those guys make 3-pointers. That's what makes it so difficult guarding those guys, is that they spread you out so much. So, you know, that's really what it comes down to. Who of those 3, 4, 5, 6 guys are going to make more shots? And throughout the season, it was the guys on the Boston Celtics. So they're very comfortable playing without Porzingis.
You know, and you watch the Celtics team, and Drew Holiday with his experience doesn't put up major numbers or big numbers. He just seems to be such a calming influence out there when all hell breaks loose, so to speak. I mean, just his experience and knowing how to get it done. How much is that going to be a benefactor for this team to win the NBA title?
You guys know, I've said this before. I talked about that trade when Milwaukee traded him. When they first made the trade, I said, "Oh, it's over. Milwaukee wins everything." And as soon as I learned it was Dame for Drew Holiday, I was like, "Oh, don't worry about Milwaukee anymore." It was whoever got Drew Holiday after that buyout, because you knew he wasn't staying in Portland. And it showed. It showed throughout the year. There's no magic in what I said. That is who Drew Holiday is. Could be the most underrated two-way, not only point guard, but two-way player in the league. How about the play he made to seal the game on the road against Indiana? A defensive steal at the top of the key, no foul, takes the ball, and it's a game over. And it's those plays that he makes all the time. Now, he's going to be on one of those guys, Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving. He may, you know, they switch a ton. So at times he's going to be on both of those guys. And I think I think Drew Holiday is the difference maker for a lot of teams. And right now, I think for the things that you talked about, the things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but then again, the things that do show up in his stat sheet, making big plays, making big shots, making big passes to open teammates. I think Drew Holiday is one of the most underrated players in the league. And I think Boston has the best player, two-way player in that series in him.
Talking some NBA Finals with Tim Kempton, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910. Kyrie Irving heading back to Boston. What kind of welcoming do you expect the crowd there when he gets on that court?
Yeah, the good thing is, what do they say? Sticks and stones, can hurt me, but names will never hurt me. Kyrie's played in front of hostile crowds his entire life. He loves taking that and using that energy. So if I was Boston, I wouldn't say a thing to him. Just let him go out there and play. He's one of those guys that uses energy, against him to excel. So obviously they're going to be loud. They're going to be boisterous probably every time he touches it. But that's his sanctum. 94 feet up and down the court where he can perform, and those fans can't do anything about it to stop him.
Tim, I'm real curious. To me, watching Dallas play, they might run the best pick and roll and high pick and rolls around the free throw line better than anybody right now in the NBA, with Luka controlling that. And that's why Lively and also Gafford end up with so many dunks at the rim. Can Boston slow that down? Or we saw what happened against Minnesota. They had no answer for it.
Yeah, Minnesota definitely struggled with it, and it will be. It's a huge part of their offense. You have what you can't let happen is you can't let Luka turn the corner and then hold that defender on his back. So if the big is going to show, he's got to stop Luka to let his defender get back around in front of him, because if Luka turns the corner and he has a shot or a pass, then you're in no man's land. So you have to take one of those away. So the big has got to step up, stop Luka to let the defender get back around in front of him. And now the weak side help rotates on the lob, but you want pressure on Luka so it's not an easy pass. What was happening with Minnesota is they weren't doing either. Luka was attacking the big. Okay, Gobert, you're going to step up. After he turned the corner, he wasn't there stopping Luka, so he was turning the corner and had both options available to him. So you either stop and take the lob away, and you take away the 3-pointers, and you let Luka, get a layup, which to me is fine. Don't let those other guys on the perimeter get involved in the offense. And don't let Lively and Gafford get involved in the offense. Let Luka score 60. If he scores 60 and those other guys have 2, 3, 5 points, they're not going to win. But if Luka has 30 and those other guys have 10, 12, 11, and 14, now everybody's involved. You've got to take something away.
So Tim, all that being said, the pundits are saying this could be the most 3-pointers hoisted in an NBA Finals ever, right? So without
a doubt, it's what Boston does naturally, and we've seen Dallas as well. Luka, Kyrie shoot tons, and if you try to stop them in the lane, they kick out the guys open at the threes. I expect a lot of threes to be shot in this series, without a doubt.
So if Dallas struggles or Boston struggles with the three, do you give the better outcome to Dallas because of just how you just broke down with Luka and the high pick and roll? I mean, if they're both struggling, whose low game or game in the paint would probably suffice to a win?
Well, yeah, but again, that's only if you let Luka get in the paint and you're trying to double and triple team him in the paint and you're keeping all those other guys open. But if that's the way they're playing it, then it plays into Dallas' hands. But for a series, they may go cold for a game, but I don't see them going cold for the series, Boston.
So with that being said, You said it's a game of who makes the most shots. So who will that be when this is all over, and how many games?
I think Boston were the best team, in the Eastern Conference
1 minute.
all year long. They not only, because here's the thing, Boston gets after it defensively too. So I think Boston wins the series just because, let's face it, they had the best record in the league all year long. They did what they did in the playoffs, and I think they're the better team. I think they make shots throughout the thing, and I think they're capable of slowing Luka and Kyrie down a little bit with Jaylen Brown, with Drew Holiday, with Jason Tatum, with their plethora of defenders. I think they show them different looks, and they're able to handle them, and I think they score more points.
How many golf balls did you lose today?
Me today?
Yeah, no, Manuch.
On the par 3 course?
Yeah,
On the par 3 course?
There's some water on that track.
I did not hit it into the water. I did not lose a ball.
Good. There it is. That's Tim Kempton, buddy. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate you.
Great talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
That's Tim Kempton. Follow him on Twitter, X, Suns TK, and he's brought to you today by Fogco. Hey, the nights are great. The morning are great, but what if you had a patio misting system right there in your backyard? Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio or something around your pool or your leisure area. You can stay cool all summer long with their misters. Check it out for yourself. Go to their website, fogco.com, or just give them a call, 800-607-6478. That's 800-607-6478. Mention Roc and Manuch. He'll take care of you. Do not mention Jimmy B. Just mention Roc and Manuch, and he'll take care of you. They've been serving the Valley for over 35 years. They're based in Tempe. That's fogco.com. We'll continue right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for billiards, poker, and trivia. And now the Roc and Manuch Amber by Huss Brewing. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, daily specials, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Amber drafts. Arena Sports Grill.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in separate rooms, all in the same bar. Duke's on Miller and McDowell, with dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Duke's? Miller and McDowell. Shut up.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Gotta change my oil.
How about new Valvoline Restore and Protect? It restores and protects your engine to run like new.
Get in zone. It restores your engine to like factory clean?
And protects.
Get in zone. So Valvoline Restore and Protect restores and protects.
Now you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for $37.99.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Let's get ready for football.
It's
Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Well, Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson became the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He agreed to a 4-year, $140 million contract extension. 110 of that is guaranteed. This all according to ESPN. It can include a $88.743 million was what he negotiated that he got at signing. So how does that work, Manuch? I mean, this is the kind of money you made when you played, right?
Yeah, right.
You signed the contract with a nice pen, right?
Yes.
Special pen.
Yeah.
And then they immediately give you a check?
I think they probably wire that money to wherever. I mean, where do you put $88 million? I mean, how many places do you have?
Hey, here's my checking account.
Yeah, can you imagine taking that over?
Seriously, the government gets half, right? Okay, we know
at
that.
least, yeah.
But not for another 6 months.
Right.
So the interest, like PNC right now is got 5% on your money. You put that in 88 point whatever, and you can make a ton of money on that.
I mean, you know what? I tell you guys, he held his guns. He didn't sign. He said, "Okay, I'm worth that. I feel I'm the best receiver in the National Football League." And sure enough, that $110 million guarantee. But yeah, you sign your name on the doc. Yeah, here's an $88 million check. I will wire that to you. I'm just curious. Uncle Sam, to your point, Rock. Okay, 6 months. Put it in a money market. Hell, CD for a year where your tax money or the Treasury bonds.
Yeah,
6 months. There you go. Then you get that check.
I mean, everybody says, "Oh, you make half." Well, all right, but not until you make all that interest
for 6 months.
For 6 months,
I mean, $3
or
million.
even longer. I mean, until you got to pay your tax bill April 15th. So that's almost a year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, and then I really felt that they were not going to trade him. Okay, first of all, they were going to keep him, and they were going to pay him. And I think they saw those comps the last weeks of all these receivers. They're going, yeah, I guess we're going to have to pay him because I think they offered him, I want to see close to half about 6 months ago before the season. But he's the latest. And so there's Ayuk with the 49ers going, okay, I wasn't the offensive player of the year in 2022, but I feel I'm close. So I got to imagine the 49ers looking at a number between somewhere in the middle lies the truth for Ayuk. In reference to getting, I wouldn't say that kind of money.
He's not going to get Jefferson money.
No, he might get 75% of that.
When is CeeDee Lamb up?
I think
CeeDee Lamb should be soon. Yeah, I think this is last year.
Because his numbers were just off the charts too.
Yes,
because they were talking about Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and how that's going to come together when Prescott gets his next contract.
Yeah, because isn't CeeDee going to get paid?
He's
got to be like,
yeah, he should be coming up here. I think next year, maybe.
Next year.
Yeah, money for the receivers, and then the receivers are loving this. Okay, here's my comp. Where do I rank? Where am I?
The 2020 draft. So
So that's these guys
played 3 years.
Mm-hmm. So next year
he gets paid.
That'd be the extension would happen.
Here's my
he can sign a deal now.
He
can sign a deal right now. He can sign a deal this year. He can sign a deal right now. He can extend with the Cowboys right now before the end of his contract.
Okay, so when did it all change? When did it change from the left tackle who protects the most important guy on the field if he's a right-handed quarterback who made all that money, and now it's the wide receivers who are making all that money?
Because it's kind of an all, for most teams, all-pass league. They got, I think, the involvement of a receiver, a slot receiver, and tight end is even twofold, even more so where it's at. And that left tackle, they're probably figuring, I still think left tackle is still vitally important, but not the kind of money that these receivers are making because of the impact, how much more they can score, how many more times they can make an impact on the game. And I think we're seeing that. I think maybe, I'm going to say probably 3-4 years ago when they started to see this over and over again. And I'd say the guy that kind of helped that as a playmaker more so, I think was Deebo Samuel when he got his big bucks as a running back, receiver, slot guy, all the above, kind of helped change it. But now
he was a Swiss Army knife.
He was. Yeah. And I think receiver-wise, you see these guys coming down the pike now and seeing the impactfulness they have on big plays. I think a lot of it, you look at Jefferson, he's at the longest yards per completion.
He does.
He has the most yards per game. So he's deserved of this kind of numbers, and that's what they're looking for at these passing games and protecting these quarterbacks.
The College Football Hall of Fame ballot is out. And it was announced in January originally, but now we have 77 players, 9 coaches in the FBS. 101 players, 34 coaches from all the division ranks when you add them all up. But it's headlined by Nick Saban and Urban Meyer on the coaching side. When it comes to the player side, first timer is Aaron Donald, who retired earlier this year after 10 years with the Rams. He played, of course, at where do you play?
Pitt.
Good job, Jimmy's on his A game today.
It'll probably change by the next hour.
Michael Vick is on the list, as is Marvin Harrison Jr.'s dad, who played where?
Indy.
No,
Indy.
college. College.
Golly.
It's a tough one. I didn't know it right away.
Well,
Manuch doesn't know it.
I just blanked on it.
Michael Vick, we know Virginia Tech.
Right.
Yes.
1 minute.
Mark Ingram played at Alabama.
If you guys get it, shoot. I know you're looking. Don't.
Is it a Power 5 school or no?
Yeah. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Oh,
I mean, in my opinion.
Was it the MAC?
No,
it's
Power
Power
5. Max, I know you think Ohio U's in the.
I'm gonna say you're.
I know people are driving know what it is. Let me give you a clue.
30.
ESPN.
Oh,
UConn?
Close.
Boston College?
Syracuse?
Syracuse. There it is.
Oh, man.
20.
It works at ESPN.
That's true.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? There you have it. There's your football at 50.
10.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B out here at Casino, Arizona. Hour number 2 coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
In the market for an electric charger for your place? Looking to upgrade your under cabinet or closet lighting? Look no further than Arizona Electrical Family. From service calls to new home installations, home remodels, and even TV mounting, we've got you covered. Visit azelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392 to learn more about our comprehensive services and to schedule your free quote today. Power up with the best. Visit azelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AZ Electrical Family. Quality service you can trust.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Real Fun Beach Radio. Real Fun Beach Radio gives you that toes in the sand beach music vibe 24/7. Just open the app, search Real Fun Beach Radio, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, CMO Hyundai Motor America, talks about audio storytelling.
People scratch their heads and say, why would you put your brand on a channel that doesn't show the sheet metal? But for us, it's about storytelling. That's driving a lot of brand awareness, but we can also drive a lot of intent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the influencers, audiences, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Get to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 and get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses, all with free and fast delivery. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Pride Month is here, and Bounty is ready to soak up the celebration. There's going to be a whole lot of this, a whole lot of this, and a whole lot of this. Spills happen, but messes can't cancel the Pride fun with Bounty. With P&G and iHeartRadio, we're rolling out Can't Cancel Pride. A night of performances, togetherness, and a whole lot of partying. You bring the fun, we'll bring the bounty. Tune in to the Can't Cancel Pride live stream on June 12th or on demand after on iHeartRadio's Facebook, YouTube, and more. Together, let's keep Pride rolling at home or wherever you're celebrating.
With Popeye's $6.99 Big Box, you can have 2 pieces of chicken or 3 chicken tenders with 2 regular sides and a biscuit. Or with our $20 Bigger Box, you get 10 pieces of chicken or 10 chicken tender biscuits to feed your whole crew. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Bill Brown here with Accident Law Group.
If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group studio. This is KTME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
The Cardinals back on the field today to start the final week of voluntary OTAs. 3-day mandatory minicamp starts June 11th, and the team will adjourn for the summer. The Stanley Cup Final begins on Saturday as the Panthers host the Oilers for Game 1. You can hear all the action of every game right here on Fox Sports 910. In college hoops, ASU will play New Mexico, while GCU will take on Stanford in the Acrisure Series during Thanksgiving week. And the Diamondbacks bring a modest 2-game winning streak into tonight's series opener with the Giants. Ryan Nelson will get the start for the Snakes. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Monday, look for another warm day out there. Temperatures topping out close to 103 degrees. Mostly sunny skies. For tonight, we'll continue with those clear skies with those overnight lows right around 77. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
You're hot.
On Fox Sports 910.
Hope you're having a good Monday afternoon. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona. Hope you're doing well. Another couple hours here on Fox Sports 910. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. This hour, Craig Fouie will join us. We are going to get into a topic. Here it is, the dog days of summer, but a lot going on in the world of women's basketball. Believe it or not, didn't think I would ever start a show.
Yeah, I was just going to
an hour, but
knowing you the way I do, this has got to be really difficult.
It
for
is.
You.
It
It's
really
good
is.
therapy for Rock, right? Once in a while,
Yeah.
you gotta go down a road you don't want to go down.
When you have these talking heads on television apologizing, or in some sense Stephen A. Smith basically being speechless, almost speechless, over some comments regarding Caitlin Clark. So Jimmy, you've been waiting an hour. We said we would give you the floor, but you need to set it up because 99% of the people that are listening do not watch the WNBA.
I understand that,
and maybe half of them don't even care.
Probably 3/4 of them
yeah,
don't care.
And that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, that's the thing is, it's like it seems like ESPN lately is pushing their agenda with women's basketball, and a lot of that is because of Caitlin Clark, and of course she's a superstar, and I get that. And it's the dog days of summer. We have a week between the NHL and NBA, so they're trying to get ratings, they're trying to get clicks, and I get it. But it's something that we talked about before the show. We started. You're like, hey, I want to go down this road. I'm like, oh, do we have to? So I've carved out a few minutes here, for the show on our lineup just for you to kind of set the stage on why you're fired up about the comments that were made about Caitlin Clark.
My take will be different than maybe the comments. Quickly, let me set the stage. A few days back in a game with the Chicago Sky at the Indiana Fever, a game in which the Fever won by a point. Late in the game, Clark was hip-checked from behind into the third row, and a foul was called. She was just standing there, minding her own business. A awful cheap shot. Look, I get hard fouls. She's trying to make it and be a star as a rookie in the WNBA. Lots of the other players in that league don't like it, and so they're taking their, aggression out on her, but this was nothing more than
envy.
a cheap shot.
I call it envy.
That too.
Yeah.
But it was a total cheap shot. Okay. So they end up winning the game. A day later, they're in New York, and they get hammered by one of the best teams in the New York Liberty. And so now they get a couple of days off. But today, talking heads trying to comprehend why everybody is taking cheap shots at Caitlin Clark. And some of the things that they have come up with, I agree with. Others, I don't. But here is my standpoint on that situation that happened as a cheap shot. Where the hell were your teammates? Why did not somebody come up and just beat the ever-loving stuffing out of that girl who just hip-checked you for no reason? Where is your protection? You're the freaking star of that team. Your team never, ever comes over to you to offer a hand up when you get knocked to the floor. Why is that? Because your team sucks. They are terrible. They are a terrible WNBA team that have people that don't understand what professional sports is all about. I'll give you a quick example. Look, Manuch, Rock, and myself, we don't get along at all. We don't do anything after the show together, nothing. However, if somebody came into the casino and took a swing at either one of those guys, I'm the freaking alpha dog who's jumping in to protect them.
You know,
that does not happen. That does not happen from her teammates. Her teammates are garbage.
Can I ask you something, though?
Sure.
Is that because she's a rookie?
No. It's because she is the star of that team.
But is she yet?
Oh, no.
Just 1 month in.
Yes. She is the total
star.
star.
She doesn't have to prove to anybody that she is
not
the star.
Not to
she
her
was
team.
a great college player.
Great college. Not to her team.
Okay.
To the rest of the league, she has to prove it. Not to her team. And they are not backing her up.
Well, not only that, I think, to your point, Rock, I think a lot of these so-called stars or gals in the league are going, well, if you're going to get this so-called treatment, you got to come in and prove it. They need to realize, hey, look, she's coming in. She's put you guys, I don't know if they've ever been on the map, back on the map, front and center. They're selling out arenas around the league. I think there's some jealousy, some envy going, well, you haven't come in and done a doggone thing. That's true. We get it. But, hey, look, in the meantime, it's okay to play hard basketball. And, hey, Rook, welcome to the league.
Oh, yeah, hard foul, yeah.
Hard fouls. But the cheap shot we saw that Kennedy Carter had on her, that's the gal that had it. They gave her the cheap shot. It's just kind of I think there's some players, and even Diana Taurasi's editorial was ill-founded on top of that. Hey, you know what? We welcome in Caitlin Clark to the league, blah, blah, blah. She's going to have to earn her stripes.
That's fair.
Like all of us.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair. But I think what we saw was some of the envy and jealousy by some of these players. And this Kennedy Carter's had some issues before. She's kind of if you would say, kind of a female thug in the league.
That's
of the
close.
WNBA.
She's been kicked off to other teams.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of the guys are saying, a lot of the pundits, I know Stephen A. Smith's whole take was, that's fine and dandy, but you got to realize this is a gal that you should probably embrace coming in the league because of all the good things you're going to get out of it. There's nothing wrong with playing good hard basketball. She's got to earn her keep. Matter of fact, she only scored 3 points in that loss of Liberty that they had the other day.
Yeah. She left the game with an injury.
Yeah, and you know what? Even I got to commend Caitlin Clark. Said, you know what? They talked to her after that quarter and said, look, that wasn't a basketball play, but you know what? We play on. She blew it off, and she took the high road.
Yes.
So I think they need to understand, okay, this gal's coming in. She has saved the league per se as far as numbers are up TV-wise, talking even to some point.
Endorsements from other players.
That some of the teams are now flying charter because of her.
Look, Manuch, I get all of that. My perception is her own team is not supporting her. And just like I made the reference about us. If anything ever happened to the four of us sitting in here, we're all jumping in because we are a team. We are a unit. Manuch, when you played Buffalo Bills, something bad happened on the field. Let's say that the quarterback gets a cheap shot. You know those offensive linemen are jumping right in the middle of it. It's the same. If Booker gets hit from behind and a cheap shot, guys are jumping in.
I will say this: her coach she started off her presser after that, said, look, I might say some things I get fined, but here's what we're saying. Here's what's going on. And I just think that, sometimes, because I know when there's these college stars that come into whatever league, you got to earn your stripes. You got to do this.
I get that.
I mean, but to continually see guys get cheap shots, that's going to catch up with them, and it could cost them a game at that point.
The thing is that I think WNBA is a joke.
I know you do.
And the reason why I say that is they gave her, that being Caitlin Clark, the player of the month.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And she is only in the top 5 in one category, and she's 4th in assists. She's not top 5 in scoring. She's not top 5 in rebounds. She's not top in steals, the 3-pointers, any of that stuff. But they gave her, her the award,
and that's
wrong.
That's
wrong.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Come on.
Yeah,
seriously. How do you respect that league? If you're listening, you're the GM of the Phoenix Mercury, and you got that Cooper gal. She's 3rd in the league in scoring. She's had a great month, and she doesn't get it, or a couple of people ahead of her. But no, Caitlin Clark gets it because she's the money. She's the ticket.
And I think that might be some
joke. How do you respect that sport?
Well, that's the whole thing. And that's when you see that what happened, what Kennedy Carter did, Carter's did to her. You go, okay, you look at that. That's just a bad look.
It's horrible.
The league. It's like,
but why can't ESPN come out? Why can't somebody have the balls to say, why is she the player of the month? And when she's not even top 5 in scoring, she's 13th. She's 4th in assists. I mean, I can go on and on with the stats. 3-pointers. She was noting that at Iowa. You couldn't stop her there.
And maybe that's why
she's averaging 2.7 3-pointers a game.
Yeah. And I think that might be some of that frustration from the player. Envy,
absolutely.
But you got to do it in playing hard basketball, not cheap shots.
I understand that, but where are the people out there defending this league right now?
Yeah, the other side of that.
Where is that?
They aren't.
Yeah, they're like.
Why can't somebody come out on ESPN and say, how is she the rookie of the year or the rookie of the month? Or I should say the player of the month? I just don't get it.
That's the other side of the coin when you see something like that happening. So that was just kind of when you think of the mantra, and then to see the other players for Carter's team, what's her name, stand up and cheer and all that kind of stuff. So the league's like, we're going to take a look at this.
They're going to have.
She's going to be the rookie of the month every month for this year for the WNBA. Don't you agree? She'll probably get player of the year too, even though her stats aren't there.
Her stats will have to improve dramatically if she's going to get that.
Because if that happens, that league's that's a
A'ja Wilson right now, once again with the Las Vegas Aces. Look at me dropping knowledge.
No,
WNBA.
You love basketball. I get it.
do.
But
she is on a roll right now. Wilson is.
I mean, I don't know what rookie's actually better than her, but I mean, the stats aren't. I mean, I think it's just like, all right, you got to give it to her.
She'll get rookie
even if the numbers aren't there.
She'll get rookie of the Cameron Brink is the tall center for the Los Angeles Sparks.
She's not a rookie, is she?
Yeah, she's a rookie. Yeah, she came out in the same draft, along with Angel Reese, who's now playing in Chicago as well. But Reese has had a tough go as a rookie in the league. So right now you have all 3 of those women who were the so-called top picks and the so-called, I suppose, glamour ladies of the WNBA, and they're all struggling.
Hey, speaking of basketball, real basketball, Michael Jordan card sells for a new all-time high. We'll do some sports bar gossip next. Craig Fouey in 15. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Celebrate Father's Day this year at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Introducing the Ping G430 Max 10K driver. Straighter flies farther with Ping's straightest driver yet. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinder provides you the most accurate distances in golf. Now $50 off. Shop with us this Father's Day in store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
At Charmin, we're so excited for Pride Month, we just had to sing about it.
Is here, and it's our duty to come together and shake our collective booty. Charmin loves men's bodies and everybody else. We'll help you stay clean when you need it the most.
Charmin is proud to partner with iHeartRadio for Can't Cancel Pride for the 5th year in a row. And while Pride is only a month long, our support rolls on forever. Enjoy the go and enjoy Pride with Charmin.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
There's a new record high selling price in Michael Jordan basketball cards as the 2003-04 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection, the 1-of-1 Logo Man card sold for just over $2.9 million.
Wow.
It was the highest price of any Jordan card ever sold. Of course, he's the legend, and he's got a lot of cards out there. This all-time record for a sport, the all-time record for a sports card sold. You guys have any idea? It's not who you may think it is, because for the longest time there was this one particular ball player way back in the day.
Well, I'll say
Honus Wagner. Remember that?
That's not the Honus Wagner.
That's not the card. This is a 1952 Topps card.
Mickey Mantle?
Yes. It went for more than $12.5 million just 2 years ago. I got to get my cards out of my garage. I mean,
I'm still mad at my mom for throwing mine away.
You know how many times I've heard that from other people too?
I know, yeah.
Me too. Even my dad, same thing. Yeah. He's like, why did my mom throw out the Bob Feller rookie card? And because he was a Cleveland Indian.
I had hundreds of them.
Yeah. It's like, but I have 2 houses full of cards. Literally, I have sheets of cards. I have cards that still have the gum in them.
Oh, wow.
That I need to find somebody to kind of
Was that Big League Chew? Big League Chew?
No, Big League Chew was in a pouch.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah. They sell, I was just funny you say that because I was at Dick's the other day and they have it right when you're walking out.
Big League Chew?
Big League Chew, yeah. But remember, it was one flavor back in the day.
Yeah.
Now they got grape and watermelon and all these other. Remember, because you would put it in your mouth thinking you're chewing.
It's like chewing tobacco.
Like the ball players.
Well, you're
right?
sitting on your retirement, Rock. You may be sitting on that 401k right there in your garage.
Yeah, it could be. That would be something. I know. Hey, sports bar gossip. The U.S. Postal Service is asking people with standalone curb-size mailbox to switch to larger jumbo ones. So do you get your mail? You have to walk to you do.
Yeah, I got to walk down. Look at like 50 yards. You got the
one
side of the
community
neighborhood
one, right?
Yeah, community.
A lot, but those people that have the single one in front out, they want you to get bigger ones now.
Because so many packages coming now.
Oh, could be, yes.
Think about it with Amazon and everything else going on. They want to fit the packages in there, right?
Good point. Yeah.
Hey, for people who feel more negative as they age, Jimmy, the average person says they started feeling more sour at the age of. This is like things that irritate you, like grocery prices, politicians, AI, things like that.
Well, I've been pissed at politicians since I was in high school.
Yeah.
I hate them all. So
what do you think that average age is?
I'm going to say it's around 50.
Okay.
I'll say 55-ish. I'll say 55.
Okay, Jackson, you want to play?
60.
All right, Shu, you're all in.
37.
42. Winner goes to Shoe.
Ooh, really?
Wow.
That's soon.
What do you mean that?
I mean, I didn't. I mean,
42.
a lot of stuff.
So this
doesn't
survey
bother
asked
me at all.
people
Yeah.
what they felt was the most irritated, what irritated them the most. And the top 10, I'll start from 10. I'm adding this one. Let's go 11. People that bring their dogs into stores and they're not service dogs.
Yeah, I don't care for that at all.
I don't get it.
Don't get it. You know,
I understand you're running errands.
Sure.
You bring your dog with you. But why do you got to bring him inside?
Especially the mall dog, little small guys, that status symbol
Oh,
they
God,
got. They bring in.
No, I'm talking like I said, I was at Dick's yesterday, and I'm literally there's this guy walking his dog in there.
Yeah.
Didn't have a service dog. It was just
Nothing.
like a 60-pound mutt. And I'm saying to myself, dude, just leave him at home
Real quick.
or don't go into the store.
Because he would say, well, I can't leave him in the car. It's
I
too
understand
hot."
that.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
Then you don't go into
bring him.
Dick's.
Yeah, don't
Don't
bring
bring
him.
him.
Yeah.
Can I add something to this real quick before we continue this list? The other thing that really bothers me about people who bring their dogs places is when they can tell you're standoffish about the dog and they hit you with the, oh no, my dog is friendly. I don't know your dog. I don't know you. I
Yeah.
don't trust you.
Yeah,
I don't believe you. Keep your dog away from me. You go to the other side of the aisle. Stay away from me while I do my shopping because I don't know. Maybe you don't control the leash correctly and now I'm in a tussle in aisle 6 trying to get laundry detergent with your dog. I don't want to do that on a Tuesday.
But I do remember this going back when your first stint with us. You
Yeah.
don't like dogs.
No. That is inaccurate. I have 2 dogs at home. I'm afraid of dogs. There's a
Okay.
difference. I like dogs. I'm afraid of them. There's a big difference. If I get to a comfortability with a dog, like if I know a dog, I'm okay over time. But if I've never met a dog, no, stay away from me. I have no idea what you are about. No, there's going to be a little bit of a grace period here between me and the dog.
Speaking of grocery stores, can I add one? If it's
Well, can
not
I
on
get to my list?
Okay, it may not be on
This
there.
is my list.
Okay,
If
go
you
ahead.
guys want to bring prep to the show, you're more than welcome
I've
to have
got
your
one
own.
if you don't get to it.
All right. Number 10, TV volume being too loud. Music that you don't like. Number 8, tipping culture. People don't like to tip.
I don't
you got to
mind
tip
that.
for everything.
I don't mind that.
But I understand it. But when is it that you don't tip? It's like, all right, I had delivery yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I tipped the pizza guy.
His cabinet was delivered,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But, do I have to tip him? He didn't even take it out of the box, brought it inside. I have to put it together, but I still felt
I don't think you
obligated to
tip
tip
that.
him.
I don't think you tip that.
If they're doing actual work at your house and doing stuff around the
He
house,
dropped it off.
Yeah,
Living
then
space,
you would have to
dropped it
tip
off.
them. No, you gotta have to. You gotta
Damn,
tip
why
them.
did I give him $20?
You
All
don't have to
right. Number 7, social media trends.
Yeah.
Number 6, customer service, which I wish some places could figure this out. Weather is number 5. Crowds is 4. Someone else is driving. That should be number 1 for me.
Me too.
And number 2 is politician, and grocery prices were number 1.
Can I add another one to that?
No,
Complete
we gotta go
grocery
to break.
prices? No. I think, how about talking on your cell phone while you're
Yeah,
in line checking out?
Absolutely.
God.
Put that up
Kidding.
number 1.
Drives me nuts. I'm like, people, he's talking to you, and they're like, you want to get this skin? Oh, hold on a second. Or I'm like, they're talking. I'm like, you're checking out. I'm waiting to go. Could you please just pay attention to the cashier and let's move on?
Yeah, call them back.
So I was at a home place, like
Okay.
Home Depot, Lowe's, one of those two. I don't remember
Okay.
which one it was. I'm at customer service, and I'm taking back something, right?
Okay.
And there's a guy in front of me, and he's on this phone. And literally, he's trying to buy something at the customer service instead of going to checkout.
Yes.
Right? And this older lady, and he just started going off on her.
Why?
And it was like, and I felt so bad. I almost was going to step in, but you just don't know these people, right?
Right.
The guy can have a
Sure.
gun, know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I apologized. I said, hey, I feel so sorry you had to deal with that. She's like, yeah. I mean, she even has a sign right next to her saying, hey, be nice to the staff. And she basically said it. She goes, it's more the people that are not from here that are so disrespectful. And I thought that it kind of hit me. And I'm like, you're right. They should be happy to be in our country, and legally or illegal.
Right.
And they were here legally.
Right.
But the way that he treated this lady was, and I'm not going to get into it, what she said, but the fact that he was treating her this way, you just felt so bad. There was
Sure.
a lady next to me, and we both went up to her and apologized. We
Yeah.
apologized for him
Yeah.
for being such an ass.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
I thought you
People-
were going to say snowbirds, and I was going to agree with you because they're terrible.
Well, especially
Snowbirds don't bother me other than they're driving. but
and I don't mind if you got your coupons in line, you're going to show, hey, I got this. But when you go, well, I bought this 3 weeks ago, and here's the coupon for it now. And they hold the lineup for almost like 10 minutes over a couple of coupons. And I believe in the coupon thing. I do all that. But I mean, to bring something up that you hold the entire lineup for 15 minutes because you bought this 3 weeks ago, but now it's on sale and you should get a refund. So they told them, go over to customer service. And I got to tell you what, and I shop at Safeway and Fry's and Bash all of them. They did the right thing. You know, ma'am, we'll reimburse you for that. So now it's on sale 3 weeks later.
Yeah. So Memorial Day, Home Depot or Lowe's had those door stoppers where they get you to come in because they're giving you a great deal. So they had this grill. It was like a $179 grill for $99.
Okay.
Right. And I literally was like, all right, I'm gonna use it for my rental. Right. It'll be perfect. Right.
Sure.
Get there. I'm like, I'm like, I got a new grill. I saved, $79, whatever. Oh, we've been out of them since the other day. And I'm like, how many did you have? Oh, we had tons. I'm like, so then I talked to another person. And like, we had like 6 of them. I mean, for an entire Lowe's or Home Depot, I don't remember which one.
And it's still there. And it's like, it's still, I mean,
the ad was still
there.
there.
The ad was there.
Yeah.
I even brought the ad. I said, hey, where can I find this grill? But they should at least those door stoppers. So they should say, okay, you can get this. So the guy tried to sell me, going, well, this one you can have this one. It's $159.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I want the one that was $99.
That's like Southwest, where they used to do you want to get away, and the $49 fare. It was one seat.
Yeah,
one seat. It was gone in a heartbeat.
It's just
it's
unbelievable
one seat. That's it.
As available, they started adding with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So there you have it. The average person starts to get more negative at the age of 42, and then gets much worse when you're 55 like me and 66 like Manuch, and we
92.
We don't know how old.
Just
Jimmy
recently, just some of that stuff that we talked about. I'm like, please, a lot of it, I think, what you bring up, right, is common courtesy, common sense, common courtesy, respectfulness.
Yeah.
For other people. How about the people behind you, the 25 carts behind you, and you want to get something reimbursed from 3 weeks ago? Take that to customer service, not the cashier.
I agree. Hey, on this day in 2008, Randy Johnson moves into second place on the all-time Major League strikeout leaderboard. He struck out 8 in 6 in the third, and he most importantly getting Mike Cameron in the first to pass Roger Clemens for second place. The big unit only trailed Nolan Ryan.
No one's going to catch him.
You got that right. Sadly, on this day, 2016, Muhammad Ali passed away. He had a respiratory illness at the age of 74.
That was heartbreaking, just for me anyway, just because I grew up in that era. The opportunity to have a one-on-one interview with the champ. At the time, he was in the fight with the military about being drafted, and he was traveling around to different college campuses, and I got a one-on-one interview with him at the University of Oregon before he spoke. It was one of the highlights of my career, and there have been many, I'm fortunate to say, but I still to this day believe having that interview with Ali is the absolute best.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
We do care about that one. That's pretty impressive. You interviewed Muhammad Ali like that at that point. Cassius Clay in those days.
It was Cassius. Do you know his middle name?
When did you interview him? What was his name when you interviewed him?
It was Ali.
It was Ali.
Yeah, he had changed. Remember, he changed it after he beat Sonny Liston, and came out then that he was going to take a Muslim name, and because his Cassius, and I'll give you his middle name, Cassius Marcellus Clay, he said was a slave name, and he was moving to the Muslim religion. And of course, at that time, it was a monster uproar, and everybody knows the story. But from that standpoint, when I had the chance to interview him, it was great.
Hey, Craig Fooey, ABC 15, will join us next for Fact or Fooey. We'll also catch up with, hopefully, Casey Walsh. Yes, he will join us in about 20 minutes or so, talk about the book when it comes to the NHL and NBA finals. That's all coming up. It's Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B here from Casino Arizona, Sign 10.
Clear. This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Diamondbacks have a 2-game winning streak heading into tonight's series opener against the Giants. Ryan Nelson will get the ball. The Mercury scored the 19-point win over the Sparks yesterday. That put an end to their 4-game skid. They're back at it tomorrow against the Seattle Storm. In college hoops, Arizona State and GCU participate in the Aquashore Series basketball tourney during Thanksgiving week. The Arizona women will also be there. The Cardinals back on the field to start the final week of voluntary OTAs. 3-day mandatory minicamp starts June 11th. Then the team will adjourn for the summer. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
It's summer at the Home Depot, and that means it's time to kick off the season of outdoor doing. Whether you're planting in ground or in containers, we have your planting season covered with savings on soil and potting mix. Give your plants the nourishment they need with the continuous food release of Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil on special buy 4 for $10. And give all your container plants the foundation they need with Miracle-Gro 25 quart potting mix on special buy 2 for $16. Keep summer savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Stop letting your bladder call the shots. Talk to Arizona urology specialists about frequent urination and take control today. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder.
He's good.
In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every day. Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
How you doing today, Phooey?
I am doing really well. What's going on, fellas?
It's kind of
Doing
slow.
all right?
Kind of slow. We got stuck talking WNBA today. I mean, there's not a lot going on.
No, well, you got to talk Caitlin Clark a little bit, right? You got to talk about what the heck is going on with everybody shooting darts at her all the time.
Yeah, I guess, but
Not Rock's
Come
favorite
on.
subject, Louis.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
I'd rather
No,
talk about.
I
don't
get
know,
it. I get it.
Yeah.
crew or rowing or something else. I don't know.
I can talk to you about. I can talk to you about some of the colors my wife's picking out for our living room or bedroom. Talk about that.
Will you do the painting, Coach? Will you actually be the painter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, some people may not realize, Jimmy B, you may not know this, but Craig Phooey is a handyman.
Quite the handyman.
He used to have his own television show.
What, like
Do it
Mis-
yourself.
like Mr.
Yeah.
Handy? Wow.
Yes. What was that show
Yeah.
called?
Yeah. DIY. Do it yourself. Yeah.
Wow.
And I've seen some of his work. He's pretty good.
Really?
Damn good. Oh yeah. Yeah.
How you
Well, the key to that whole thing is you can't tell if I did the work. That's the key, right? If you can look and say, "Oh,"
It's hard to
if somebody
find a
comes
good-
in your house and says, "Ooh, that doesn't look so good," that means you're not a real good handyman, right?
I gotta tell you,
You
I
don't
saw
want them to notice.
Phooey, I saw a truck the other day, and it's a handyman company again. It's the name of the company is I Got a Guy.
I got it.
I got
Yeah.
That's great.
Got a guy. What a great name
You
for a
just hope
handyman.
that guy gets
I got a
I
guy.
like it.
All right, let's get to it.
like
Factor Phooey, ABC 15's Craig Phooey. All right, D-backs Cattell Marte must remain the catalyst if the D-backs are going to have a chance of being a 500 baseball team. Factor Phooey.
Wow. I mean, there's so many of these that are sort of on the fence for me. Because yes, Ketel Marte, fact that Ketel Marte needs to do that. But Christian Walker's also in that club, right? And Christian Walker can get some big hits for you. But yeah, Ketel Marte is doing a great job. 2 home runs yesterday. Obviously, game winner in the 9th inning. But he's got to be that guy, and he should be an all-star. You're paying him a lot of money to be the guy that you want him to be. So he should be performing at a high level, just like some of the other guys should be right now.
Corbin Carroll, 6 for 25 the last 6 days, hitting about a 194 currently, Coach.
Yeah.
If he continues down this path, we get to the All-Star break. Maybe that'll be a good break for him. But at what point, if he becomes a detriment to the lineup versus a positive influence, 0 for 4, 1 for 5, 0 for 0 for, do you make a move, send him down for a couple, 2-3 weeks, if that?
Well, he did that the other day. He did that last week. He put him down for about 8 innings. I think he came back in as a designated hitter or runner. And then he moved him down today to 8th, I think, in the lineup.
Yes.
Is what I'm seeing. So you got to do something, but you got to hang with the guy because you know he's going to bounce back at some point, right? He's a National League Rookie of the Year last year.
Yeah, you certainly hope so at some point. All right, Coach, question number 2. D-backs manager Torey Lovella will need to rely on more small ball since the home run power has been few and far between. Fact or phooey?
Yeah, that's a fact. And I don't care how you I don't care if you're going long ball, short. I don't care, right? Stealing bases. They're not stealing bases this year either, which was one of their hallmarks last year. I don't care how you win, just win, baby, right? To borrow a phrase from the old Raiders. It doesn't matter if it's small ball, long ball, whatever, chicks dig the long ball, all that stuff. Nothing matters if you're winning, does it? Nobody cares about stats. Nobody cares about how you got there. Just chalk up the wins. And right now they're hanging in, which is a good thing. They're not completely out of it. They're kind of hanging in, but they've got to get better in all kinds of ways.
We're doing Factor Fooey with Craig Fooey here on the Right Toyota guest line. Okay, so the Mavericks must split their first 2 games in Boston if they are to have any chance. Remember, Manuch writes these. Any chance of upsetting the Celtics in the NBA Finals, Factor Fooey.
These are definitive questions, man. I love it. That's what I love about Manuch.
That's right, man.
He writes
Fact
really
or Fooey, Governor. No, politicizing.
I will say this fact because, and I'm going to say it because the Mavs have won 5 straight road games in the playoffs. So if anybody can do it, it's the Mavs. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Boston and take 2. It's just the way they've been playing. But this Boston team is very good. I think Vegas, you guys know better than me, but I think Vegas has Boston winning it all. I think. But this Mavericks team is something to be dealt with. They're tough. I mean, Luka and Kyrie, and by the way, as I said the other night, who the heck is this Kyrie? Where'd he come from?
Yeah.
Right, this guy that's got his nose down and just working hard and playing as a teammate. Where'd that guy come from?
He came from
Jason
Cleveland
Kidd.
when he won a title with LeBron and Kevin Love. That's the Kyrie you're seeing now.
Yeah, but he couldn't deal with that, right? Because he wanted more of the limelight.
Correct.
Right now he's sharing it, and he's letting Luka take that limelight, but he's playing like just lights out. I mean, so it's an exciting team to watch. I don't underestimate the Mavs at all because, after all, they came through the Western Conference, and the Celtics got through the less than stellar Eastern Conference.
All right, question 4. The Florida Panthers will be the sentimental favorites over the Edmonton Oilers since it will be their first Stanley Cup if they win, whereas the Oilers are looking to win their 6th. Factor Fooey.
But let's put an asterisk on that question. But the Oilers have been there, 13 years?
That's
correct. Been there?
Yep.
Isn't it? Yeah, so come on. I mean, sentimental favorite because the poor Florida Panthers haven't won one yet. They were just there last year. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals. By the way, did I mention the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals are all on ABC 15? Did I mention that yet? Okay, let me do that.
We kind of set you up for that, Coach. That's what we asked him.
You did. I appreciate it. But I don't think the Panthers are my sentimental favorite. I think I'm kind of leaning Oilers just because they haven't been there for so long.
All right, Coach, last question. We kind of started off. WNBA players like Kennedy Carter, whose cheap shot on Clark was a bad look for the league, and players need to realize that Clark has him back on the map and need to get over their envy of her being the face of the WNBA. Fact or phooey?
That is a clear fact for me. Listen, fellas, and I'm like Rock. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the WNBA right now because it's early season and you know all the other stuff. But I don't understand why the arrows are flying so sharp and fast at Caitlin Clark for every reason under the sun. from the fact that she's a privileged white girl, from the fact that she's from Iowa, from the fact that she is only good in college and she's got a long way to go in the pros. We all know that, right? Anybody who transitions from high school to college to the pros has a long way to go. That's part of the deal. But she has, maybe they're upset that she got the $28 million Nike deal. But I don't think it's doing any good for the league right now for so many arrows to be shot at her out of jealousy, out of being upset about her and what she's gotten. I just don't get it, because she has elevated the WNBA as a whole. There's 12 teams in the league, and she's elevated the entire group. Well, we've got young people wanting to watch games. That's a huge step in the right direction for that league. So shut up and play.
Amen, brother.
Oh, good stuff.
Preaching, Coach.
Just saying.
Hey, by the way, is ABC 15, do you guys have the NBA Finals or the NHL Finals by any chance? Are you guys hearing that?
We do. Listen to this. Starting Thursday night, NBA Finals, game number 1. Saturday night, Stanley Cup Finals, game number 1. Sunday night, NBA Finals, game number 2. This is how it goes for the next 2 weeks.
It's great.
On
That's
ABC.
great.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Bowie, we'll let you get back to the honeydew list. Thanks so much for the time.
I'm doing the Cardinals today. We're at Cardinals. Come on, man. We're all about Cardinals.
All right, man.
Last week of OTAs,
All right.
right?
Yeah. Are you building?
And then mandatory minicamp next week.
Are you going to build a new goalpost for them while you're there?
I can do that. We've been talking to Jeff Rogers about special teams today. It's been exciting.
He's Craig Bowie. Check him out on ABC.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Yes, we know. We got it. We let it go.
Yes, we let it go. See you, buddy.
See you
next
guys.
week. That's Craig Bowie joining us, ABC 15. Appreciate that. Oh, man. By the way, we have the NHL playoffs here on Fox Sports 910. So the NHL Stanley Cup finals are here, I should say, not playoffs, but the Stanley Cup will be heard right here on Fox Sports 910. So pretty excited about that.
I think that's great. That's great.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, here's why it's great.
What part of that's great, Jim?
Having the finals on a radio station in town. We just had the hockey team, Vamoose,
That's true.
to Salt Lake City. And so you're in the car.
Our program director, Eric Trimmer, is a hockey fan.
He is.
So that's good.
Hey,
for
yeah,
him.
putting it on. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully get a new team here too. When is it? June? When do we have this vote? June what? 20th?
June 20 is
somewhere in there.
26th or something like. Well, not the vote, just the bid.
Just the bid.
Yeah, the bid on the land. I got to tell you what, we'll catch up for our good buddy Steve Peters on Friday. He'll be back there in Florida covering the Stanley Cup. He said he might be able to give us a bit of an update of what's been going on behind the scenes. There are more people interested in this property.
Oh yeah,
than a lot of folks.
So this Stanley Cup Finals, is this USA versus Canada? Is this what it's all about? Will Toronto fans all of a sudden jump on Edmonton? Will
I see where you're
will
going.
we start seeing that? Because it's been since '93 that a Canadian team has won a cup, and that was Montreal.
Yeah.
So will we see all the Canadians jump on the Edmonton Oilers bandwagon?
Unless their favorite team is the Florida Panthers, I would say that.
Do you know one person?
No.
That sports a Florida Panther hat or shirt or anything?
Never. I've never seen one in Arizona.
I haven't seen them either, but I can tell you this: they built that brand new arena in Sunrise, Florida, and it would be kind of like. Just like how State Farm is in Glendale.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same deal. It's in a suburb area. They packed the joint because they were smart. They did research and found out where the majority of hockey fans were sequestered nicely in Florida and built the arena so they could get to it easily.
And that's where all the Northeast retirees go down to Florida, Jimmy.
You got it.
All those folks in New York and New England, they all
go there.
Head down to Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig Philly is brought to you today by Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations, your home for all the NHL and NBA finals, as well as Major League Baseball and PGA golf. We'll be at the Deer Valley location on Thursday, so hopefully you come by and see us from 1 to 4. Casey Walsh from the CAZ Sportsbook will break down the NBA and NHL Stanley Cup finals as he will join us. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you an annoying coworker? Sending emails when everyone else is sleeping? Do they ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have knowledgeable sleep experts that can help you find a better bed, like a Tempur-Pedic. It has technology to keep you cool at night, meaning anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, pet parents! With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Time for the best bets, locks, and daily wager picks, courtesy of the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Now joining the guys is CAZ Sportsbook expert Casey Walsh from Boston, exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
All right, let's get to it. Casey Walsh here from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Also one at Talking Stick Resort. We are here every Monday, as well as the show Take the Points with Gross, Bauer, and Jax is live here on Saturdays from 11 to 1. And Casey Walsh from Boston joins us, and he's pretty excited as his Celtics will go at it. How excited are you? Is this the matchup that you were hoping for, or?
I honestly didn't think the Celtics would beat anybody out of the West. I think this is the matchup they would.
Really?
But I didn't expect the Mavericks to make it this far, but this is a series I think they can win for sure.
Do you think it's going to go long, or you think it's going to be? First of all, let's. What do you think, and then what does the book say?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
I mean, the Celtics I think are going to win the series. I think it'll probably go 6.
Okay.
The books have the Celtics favored in the series. They're minus 210 to win the series. Mavericks are plus 170. Game 1, Celtics are minus 6.5.
Has that moved at all? That line?
That line hasn't moved at all. The only thing that's moved a little bit is the total.
Okay.
The total opened at 214.5. Now it's down to 213.5.
That's not much of a move.
No,
right? I mean,
that's not that big of a jump.
Not too big.
I'm real curious. Will Porzingis, in your insight that you get from all of your peeps in Boston, is he going to play?
It's still 50-50. I mean, I think he'll be there at some point in the series. They played pretty good without him. I don't know how much they're going to really rush to get him back.
So that didn't affect the line one way or the other, whether he plays or not?
If it does, it's going to affect it maybe a half a point either way, maybe a point.
Yeah.
Nothing drastic there.
I'm just going to say this, that you're so confident and the books are so confident. Mavericks are playing sensational basketball. They did win the West, which was a much better conference than the East. The Celtics got lucky with the Heat, no Jimmy Butler. Got lucky with the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell out. Then they got lucky again in the Pacers game in Indiana when the Pacers lost Tyrese Halliburton. What do you say to that?
They beat who was put in front of them.
That's all you can say.
There's not really much else they can say.
And Jimmy, to that point,
That's it.
they all they talked about that last
Yeah,
couple
I
days.
know.
Everybody said we got lucky, we this, we that. They said, look, all we can do Whoever shows up, we play against them. And don't think they don't use that as a little bit of a mantra, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're like, little,
I'm
okay,
sure of that.
y'all think that
I'm just saying, don't be kicking Dallas to the curb so quickly.
Well, I don't think they're not. They respect Dallas. Say, look, they're coming at us full speed ahead. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts with Dallas, but that's in the back of their head. I thought that was interesting how they said, okay, all right, I guess we got lucky.
Yeah.
And now they're coming. Okay, Dallas is full speed. We'll just they kind of taken the high road. Said, we'll just I guess we got lucky if that's good. They've taken kind of that mantra. And I went, these guys are whether they got Porzingis or not, they understand that everybody's not giving them the benefit of the doubt because of what you just said.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
be careful with Boston.
Oh no, I'm just referencing. That's all, that people are kicking the Mavericks to the curb right away, and I don't see that taking place.
Well,
if you have them in 6 games, okay. I have a feeling it may go 7.
What are some of the major props that you're
Yeah.
seeing so far with this game in particular?
So far, I mean, we haven't really seen too much. A lot of people are going at Kyrie MVP,
Okay.
just because he's plus 2,000 going back to Boston, figuring that they're going to be going at each other there, but nothing too crazy yet.
Okay.
All right, NHL. You got Canada versus the United States. Edmonton, Florida. Where's that at?
Right now, Florida's favored game 1 minus 130.
Okay.
Edmonton's plus 120. Haven't really seen much come in on that. I think overall we're going to see a lot of action coming in on Edmonton, just because McDavid, Draisaitl, the stars there. But last series it was all stars. Everybody kept betting the stars. So now I think it'll rotate over to that. I mean, nobody really watches too much hockey out here, I would say. So they're not too familiar with the Florida Panthers.
It's funny that you would say that. We're Rock and I, we're dialed in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the playoffs are great, but
Yeah.
a majority of people
yeah.
no interest in it.
I will say this, the Kachuk kid for Florida, don't be sleeping on the Panthers because they can play. They are really, really a good team.
High school teammates could be champions.
That's correct.
Tatum and Matthew.
Yeah, it should be a good series. Yeah, I think if this was snowbird time, you get a lot of Canadians in here putting their money in. I don't even know if it's gambling legal in Canada. Do you know if it is? Like, they have sports books similar to here?
Yeah, they do.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured, everywhere else does. Why? But we relate to the game, I think, right? I mean, for the most part.
Overall, big time, yeah.
So baseball, we got a couple months done now. You got a trade deadline. That's the conversation we'll start having over the next few weeks. Is there a team that you have seen that has trended well for the Patriot? I mean, is there a particular team that if you're betting the Yankees, you're doing well, or it's Diamondbacks or whatever? Is there a team, or maybe not? I'm just trying to think of any edge we could give somebody saying, hey, if you're going to do some betting, well, hey, Baltimore's been having success, or whomever.
Yeah, a lot of it's been the Yankees. A lot of it's Baltimore. A lot of people bet, which is crazy, but it's done pretty good, is betting against the White Sox when Crochet pitches.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Okay.
He pitches really good, 6-7 innings, and the bullpen comes in, gives up the runs. Everybody always bets the Dodgers. I mean, they went on a 5-game losing streak, but they're a big favorite. Glasnow, minus 350 this year, is 0-3.
Wow.
The other night, Bueller was minus 325 against the Rockies. Rockies won 4-1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, bigger favorites are hard to bet.
Pretty educated, calculated folks from the
Yeah.
baseball side.
Yeah.
Case, thank you so much. Appreciate you. That's Casey Walsh from the Sportsbook. By the way, speaking of the NBA final, the tickets are going through the roof in Boston as people are jacked up to see the finals with the Mavs at TD Garden, as average fan is paying as much as $4,000 to walk into the Garden. How about that?
That's amazing.
$4,000 for games 1 and 2 Thursday and Sunday, which is just ridiculous. I mean, that is some big time prices.
When did I know the Super Bowl's always been pricey for the most part.
Yeah.
But when did, in your estimation, the NBA and even NHL and even the World Series become such a high price ticket? Like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, it's always been a premium ticket, right? But
yes.
not these prices. That
Correct.
they are just
correct.
Now we know the Super Bowl's always been just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But when you got a 7-game series, you would think that the prices should be crazy. A game 7, yes, that would always be big, especially in hockey. But but when the average ticket is as much as $4,000,
that's amazing.
I mean, it's just all the way up to $5,500 a ticket.
That's nuts.
Just to get in.
To get in.
Walk in the door from that standpoint.
Oh, I find that so hard to believe. But and then, of course, you got the Oilers heading to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in the Connor McDavid era. Think about Connor McDavid. If you're a big hockey fan, the Yotes were so close to getting Connor McDavid. And if they would have just got a break with the ping pong balls,
yeah.
we wouldn't be talking about the Yotes leaving the state.
Well, don't remember, Rock, those ping pong balls seem to just always,
I don't know how to flip
at the wrong time.
2 minutes.
With the Suns as well, too. Remember they were, and there's like, well, okay, there's something to this.
Yeah, but they had the number 1 pick and got DeAndre.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
One out of 50 years.
It is what it is.
But just
they had it.
But those ping pong balls in the NBA were behind the curtain, where in the National Hockey League you had a chance to see the balls. But that was just very interesting how you really didn't see how those ping pong balls landed in the NBA.
I don't know why
Remember
they're not.
that?
Why aren't they more transparent?
I don't know. It was like the Knicks were getting there. The 76ers were getting that during the process. Patrick Ewing getting the process.
Yeah, and remember the San Antonio Spurs got Tim Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that
just,
one, too.
I never understood why the Chicago Blackhawks were getting these first-round picks.
Yeah, that was part of that.
It's like, help out if you're going to cheat the system, if there is a scam going on, then let's take care of these teams like Phoenix, not Chicago.
And I think when we talked about that, Rock, we look at Connor McDavid might have been not only to your point the franchise savior, but keeping him here. It was that 1 or 2 players, that could have kept this.
Same thing with Austin Matthews.
Yeah, Austin Matthews.
Yeah, I mean, we could go on and on where they were a lottery and they just fell short.
And I think
bad luck.
I think you might have mentioned, there go the Yotes because of all the issues they were having, and it was one after the other.
That may have been the reason.
Could have been very big.
Where it was fixed.
Well,
30 leaving.
But Gary Bettman wanted him here, so you think it had fixed it the other way?
Hey, we're catch up with Tim Kepton and get his thoughts on the Boston Dallas series. We'll also catch up with Frank Sanders. That's all in hour number 3. Appreciate you hanging out with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Casino, Arizona.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for business. Now, the Roc and Manuch Amber by Huss Brewing. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, daily specials, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Amber drafts. Arena Sports Grill.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 draft, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, and I'm excited to learn, so come join with me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
Last season, millions tuned into the Betrayal podcast to hear a shocking story of deception. I'm Andrea Gunning, and now we're sharing an all-new story of betrayal. Justin Rutherford. Doctor, father, family man. It was the perfect cover to hide behind.
I was just like, what in the world is going on?
Listen to Betrayal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Betrayal and start listening.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all done.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Shut up.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
College basketball news: Arizona State and GCU will take part in the Aquasure Series basketball tourney held during Thanksgiving week. The Arizona women will also be there. The Cardinals return to the field to start the final week of voluntary OTAs. 3-day mandatory minicamp starts June 11th, and the team will adjourn for the summer. The Diamondbacks bring that modest 2-game winning streak into tonight's series opener with the Giants. Ryan Nelson will be on the mound. And the Mercury got that 19-point win over the Sparks yesterday. That put brakes on their 4-game skid. They're back at it tomorrow against the Storm. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures right around 77 degrees. And then for your Tuesday, slightly warmer, right around 104 with mostly sunny skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Sports 910.
It's time for 3 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Casino, Arizona. 99 degrees out there, but it feels like 104, Manuch.
Trust me.
Feels like 104.
They may be pushing 108 to 110 this weekend, folks. So just
113, I heard.
Yeah, it could be. So just hydrate. Pick your times getting out and about in the day. It's got a little toast, but it's supposed to clear. It's going to come back down, Jimmy. Thursday, Friday be hot, and then it's come back down to about 105. So we're looking at about 110 to 112 Thursday, Friday. Coming back down to 105 to 104 over the weekend.
That
Thank
sounds good.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Too early.
Dog days of summer, especially when it comes to sports, with the NBA finals starting on Thursday, NHL on Saturday. Tim Kempton will join us in about 15 minutes, get his take on the NBA finals. But the big conversation today is Caitlin Clark, believe it or not, as ESPN with Pat McAfee and Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. and Monica McNutt, and they're all going back and forth because of some derogatory comments that were made as multiple talking heads are kind of going at each other, which is kind of makes it fun, but it is slow, and it's all stems around a flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark by Shenedy. Is it Shenedy Carter?
Yep. Shenedy Carter.
Shenedy Carter. And, it's interesting because the WNBA, I didn't know until today. I had no idea. If you would have put, let me back up. I had no idea that there were 12 teams in WNBA. Did you know that?
No.
When Fui said that, I'm like, oh, there's only 12?
Fui's dialed in.
How is a league with just 12 teams have this much exposure?
Caitlin Clark right now. That's the exposure. She's the bell cow for the league, for the team. And it basically was, they classified it. It wasn't a flagrant foul per se. It was just they had to call a flag because it was after the play. There was no play. So she had a cheap shot. Ball was looking to get inbounds as Caitlin Clark getting ready for the inbounds pass. she hammered her sitting there, and then they had to like stop and take a look. And at that point, it was interesting because she should have got kicked out. She had a technical. There's a lot of there because it was clearly there was no play. There was no basketball play per se. She was just standing there. Caitlin Clark was waiting for the inbounds pass, and Carter comes up and gives her a shoulder to the back and knocks her down. Now they're also talking about, well, her and Clark were kind of going at it a couple plays down there. That's fine. A little elbow back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about how Carter, mentioned the take that B, you big B, and that going back and forth. So that's okay. Gamesmanship, that happens. But what Carter did was stepped over the line by her just standing there. Very obvious. She went up there and gave her more than a forearm shiver, gave her a complete shoulder and knocked her down. And I will say this about Caitlin Clark. When they interviewed her after that quarter is over, she said, look, because they questioned her about it. She said, look, I felt it was a non-basketball play. We move on. We get the ball back. She totally kind of took the high road and moved on and didn't make a big issue out of it whatsoever. So I think she's going to see a lot of that if it's basketball playing, hard fouls, or whatever it is, because they want her to prove herself.
Here's the thing and I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier in the show, and that is I am highly, highly disappointed in her team because her team is gutless. They do not have that girl's back at all. You see a situation similar to that in the NBA, man, the players are right there backing up their player. You get nothing. Clark gets elbowed, knocked to the floor. You don't see one of her teammates go challenge the person who committed that flagrant foul. Nothing.
Or
they just stand around. That's all they do.
Or they got with the inbounds pass.
Yeah.
Got in her face right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't an elbow, Jimmy. It was a shoulder.
It was. Yeah, I mean,
it was a nice tackle is what it was.
Fried. Yeah. I'm like fried that there is no backup for your star player. She is the freaking star of the Indiana Fever, and there is no backup when cheap shots are taking place.
Weren't you interested when the officials, they had to actually review that versus call it on the spot as a T right now? And I don't know what the rulings are.
Well, they later reassessed as a flagrant one. Later, they did that.
So that was interesting that the officials were right there.
Yes.
And that they didn't say anything at the time.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I just kind of went, okay, she's getting the brunt for no reason for her putting them, I don't know, was the WNBA ever on the map per se? She's got them on the map. She's got them front and center. She's got TV games pretty much being shown in prime time.
Yep.
She's sold out arenas around these 12 teams when she comes in town. She's been and she's a face of the WNBA. And I see a lot of these women, these young ladies are very envious. They're very jealous. Instead of accepting her, so okay, hey, thank you for coming. We appreciate it, but you got to prove your stripes. Okay,
that's fine.
That's fine. Play hard basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sure she can dish it out as far as she can take it. She has no problem, at least what I've seen in her comments about playing hard basketball and understanding she's got to prove herself.
But this whole thing about Caitlin Clark just kind of went to another level with Pat McAfee. You say what you want about him. I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Guy speaks his mind.
Sure.
Yeah. Today he talked about the rookie class. He opened up a show, talked about the rookie class in the WNBA, but in doing so, he simply focused on Clark being white and made a comment that he has since apologized.
Yep.
But there's a lot of backlash whenever McAfee says something. I mean, of course, he pays for his guests. Some people say he spreads false information, all those conspiracies with Aaron Rodgers and all that. The reason why he's the highest paid guy on that network, okay? He stirs it. Like him or not, but he stirs it. And I'm surprised because of how ESPN is that they haven't pulled him. But they also know the kind of money the network makes.
Sure. Yeah.
But they're cringing.
Yes.
Because they're it's documented. They're a very liberal network. They skew left. We know that. It's just the way they are. Just like you could say the same with CNN. You could say that Fox skews too far right.
Yep.
So, but for him to come out and he said, use the word white B-I-T.
White B. Yep.
Yeah. And, and he came back and said he apologized for that. But now he's getting all this backlash and different commentators. And I'm anxious to see how far this will go because it is slow. There's not other stuff to talk about, and this is going to continue to be the topic for the next 24, 48 hours of this news cycle.
I think you kind of like it's sometimes becomes a white-black thing all of a sudden.
It
you know, and you go, okay, you got the black, got the white. Okay, so how about these two players?
Yeah,
on the court that they went after, and Kennedy Carter's had a history. She's had issues before.
But she
with,
has
with other black players, other white players,
yes,
whatever. And
she has been kicked off of 2 WNBA
Exactly.
teams.
Yeah.
Kicked off of them. They kicked her to the curb because of her attitude and the way that she apparently plays the game. So the Chicago Sky signed her this season knowing what this was about. Look, I'm just not going to blame her for this because it's happened throughout the course of the WNBA season. But it was a blatant cheap shot from behind. Clark never saw it coming. And then, as I told you, what I'm more upset about is no teammate came in response.
And the other thing too is who's this guy, the other player that came out, Nice,
Angel Reese.
Reese, yeah, she's over there cheering the
Oh
move.
yeah.
So you don't think there's a little vindictiveness, little bad blood between those two when they played against each other?
Sure.
You know, one at LSU and she at Iowa.
Yep.
And to see that and to see a flagrant foul like that, it was blatantly obvious when she cheered. She's the one that came off and did it. You went, oh, okay, I see. So there's a little jealousy, a little enviousness right there. It was clear, but I agree with you. For the players not to come to her aid, her coach did, but that coach would have set the tone. In her presser, she want to get fined. She understands. She sees what's going on. And I think we're starting to see everybody's like, okay, WNBA players, you're just very, very jealous and envious that this gal, this new face, you've been playing for several years, but guess what? She's that breath of fresh air that has come into your league and has got attention on your league. She could have stayed in college another year and got $3-5 million, whatever. But she's, you're envious of somebody coming and helping your league out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that to me is like, okay, that's that cattiness that you think that women have sometimes, and you kind of go, oh, okay. Instead of welcoming her,
it's a cat fight. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems, but it's just such a what's going on right now. I can imagine not who the commissioners of the WNBA just kind of going, look, folks, play hard basketball, but that crap's got to stop. Whether it's her or anybody else.
This is the best thing to happen to that league.
Well, yeah, because we're talking about it. We got this.
They love this.
Yeah. Well,
when you got the 4-letter network, this is their lead story on every one of their shows. And pardon the interruption, it's number 2 on the right-hand list of topics with Wilbon and Kornheiser. I mean, come on. They need more of this. They want more of this.
I look at that and I just go, okay. I mean,
commissioners got to be excited about it.
Well, but I don't think. But
everybody's talking about it.
Okay, but it's also it's a bad look for the league.
Is it?
You have people look at.
Is it?
Well, they're talking about for 2 days and then it's gone.
Okay, but it's
so what?
It's
they got
relevant.
the attention.
Well,
people are going to want to go to a game now.
Well, I guess Caitlin Clark's like the necessary evil for the WNBA. All of a sudden, here she is, and she's filling arenas, and they're making money, and they've gotten a new shot of that.
When does she become that that person that says, I want more. Give me more.
Go to the league and say, hey, I want a percentage of the gross.
Seriously.
Because I'm filling up arenas.
She could do it.
If she was that
could
kind
pretty
of person,
much demand almost
anything she wants.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the league.
She is.
She has put them on the map.
Well, when that was happening about her showing up and selling out, if I'm her representatives, I say, hey, WNBA, or Adam
give
Silver,
me a piece of the door.
Hey, we're seeing a tick in your stock, so to speak, in your 401k. Could we be part of that? I wonder if that was something when she negotiated her contract. That might be said.
Might be in.
Might be.
You don't know.
I don't know. It's again. I thought there were more than 12 teams.
I did too.
Seriously,
I'm like, only 12?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
How can a league get this much exposure for 12 teams? Makes no sense to me.
It's on the WNBA owners. I mean, the NBA owners.
I just assumed that every NBA city had a WNBA team.
No, they don't. No, it's been like that for a long time.
I didn't tell you, Jimmy, but a buddy of mine for fantasy football.
Yeah.
The guy that finishes last has to go to an away WNBA game, sit in front row, and wear the jersey and not drink. I think that's the freaking funniest thing ever.
If he goes to a Caitlin Clark game, he's going to be there with a lot of people.
That's some serious penance.
Right?
Yeah,
Not
drinking is a kicker.
Yeah, I mean, you can get through anything if you're a drinker, right? But that, I think, is the best fantasy football loser. You got to get. I'm going to try to this year. We should do that. Whoever finishes in last has to go to a WNBA game, the Mercury on the road.
Yeah,
get a front row seat and wear your gear. Wear the Phoenix Mercury gear.
There you go.
Tim Kempton's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Brush fire on the Beeline Highways closed the roadway northbound. SR 87 closed northbound from the Bush Highway over to SR 188. Bad wreck has closed westbound Bell Road at 94th Street and a collision on 7th Street in Camelback.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone. With it, battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, has been cooling their customers for over 35 years. Fogco provides their customers with results that exceed their expectations, with reliable misting and fogging solutions that you can count on all summer long. Head to fogco.com.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the back side of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every game with El Bandito Yankee, ultra premium tequila made from 100% blue Weber agave, the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxidation process for a rich sweetness without that tequila burn. That's why they won platinum and gold medals. Are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito, the official tequila of game day.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024, Bank of America, N.A.
Reports say former Lakers coach Darvin Hay turned down a role on new Suns head coach Mike Budenholzer's staff. College hoops, ASU will play New Mexico, while GCU will take on Stanford in the Acrisure Series during Thanksgiving week. Justin Jefferson's record-breaking contract extension with the Vikings is for 4 years at $140 million, $110 million guaranteed. That makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I'm Frank Garrity.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS. Because lots more fun on the action. DraftKings, the is yours. Gambling program called Gambling. Other restrictions apply. Void or prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team, NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910 on FM 99.9 HD2.
Tim Kempton joins us now on the Right Foot Against the Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B here from Casino Arizona. How you doing, Tim? What's going on today? How's your week starting so far?
Doing great. Just got off that little Mountain Shadows 9-hole course. What a fun little course. If you've never played it, get over there. Little par 3 course over Mountain Shadows on Lincoln Drive. You guys been out there?
I played it on Thursday. I can't stand number 12 with that green. It's like it's elevated like 90 degrees up in the air. It seems like. I mean, it's a hard track.
It's a par 3. Hit a wedge into the middle of the green and 2-putt.
Yeah, okay. On that green, what if you go a little farther? Then you get that downhill putt, and then it's into the water. I mean, come on. You gotta admit, dude, that is a great track, but it is it's a great place to really work on your short game, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it sure is. Just bring 4 clubs and you can have a great day out there. It's a lot of fun.
It's true, Manuch. It is. It's such a nice track. I mean, they've done such a good job on that course. But yeah, I was fortunate to play it on Thursday. It's a good track. So, all right, we got to wait till Thursday, of course, but with Boston and Dallas. But as you look to this series, do you see it going long? Do you see it being a quick one, in and out? Where are you leaning on this?
It really comes down to who makes shots. I think we're really going to find out if Dallas is that good. They just stayed off Kyle Anderson. They played 5-on-4 in the half court against those guys like Kyle Anderson open in the quarter. And if you can't leave anybody in the starting 5 or the starting 7 for that matter for the Boston Celtics. They're the best 3-point shooting team all season long. And 3-point shot is such a weapon. Everyone does it. They spread you out. And they've got 2 superstars. So you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum match up against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Same scenario. They've got a lot of guys to throw at you defensively. And then offensively, can you keep pace with Boston as well as they shoot threes? The other guys played extremely well. You know, you talk about Lively and Gafford. Those guys played extremely well, clogging up the middle. But here's the thing. If they clog up the middle now, it's a kick out to Porzingis or Horford. Horford had a game where he made, 7 out of 8 threes in that last series. So the floor is going to be spread a little bit different. You know, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum going to the rim. You know, again, if you try to take that away, it's kind of the same thing. When you take away, you know, Kyrie Irving guys and Luka Doncic's guys, and you leave guys wide open for threes, then all of a sudden they became good players. So what happens? Who makes more shots in this series is what I think it comes down to.
Well, and then, Tim, to that point, if Porzingis, he's questionable for now. If he doesn't play, do the Celtics need all hands on deck to beat the Mavericks to say in a 7-game stretch to say he's got to sit out another week or 2 with this calf strain?
Well, they've played extremely well without him, so
sure.
I don't think it's as drastic to them as some of these other people are making, because all these other guys, you know, you even look at Pritchard coming off the bench, how well he played. It's just the nature of their game to spread you out. And all those guys make 3-pointers. That's what makes it so difficult guarding those guys, is that they spread you out so much. So, you know, that's really what it comes down to. Who of those 3, 4, 5, 6 guys are going to make more shots? And throughout the season, it was the guys on the Boston Celtics. So they're very comfortable playing without Porzingis.
You know, and you watch the Celtics team, and Drew Holiday with his experience doesn't put up major numbers or big numbers. He just seems to be such a calming influence out there when all hell breaks loose, so to speak. I mean, just his experience and really how to get it done. How much is that going to be a benefactor for this team to win the NBA title?
You guys know, I've said this before. I talked about that trade when Milwaukee traded him. When they first made the trade, I said, "Oh, it's over. Milwaukee wins everything." And as soon as I learned it was Dame for Drew Holiday, I was like, "Oh, don't worry about Milwaukee anymore." It was whoever got Drew Holiday after that buyout, because you knew he wasn't staying in Portland, and it showed. It showed throughout the year. There's no magic in what I said. That is who Drew Holiday is. Could be the most underrated two-way, not only point guard, but two-way player in the league. How about the play he made to seal the game on the road against Indiana? A defensive steal at the top of the key, no foul, takes the ball, and it's a game over. And it's those plays that he makes all the time. Now, he's going to be on one of those guys, Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving. He may, they switch a ton. So at times he's going to be on both of those guys. And I think Drew Holiday is the difference maker for a lot of teams. And right now, I think for for the things that you talked about, the things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but then again, the things that do show up in his stat sheet, making big plays, making big shots, making big passes to open teammates. I think Drew Holiday is one of the most underrated players in the league, and I think Boston has the best player, two-way player in that series in him.
Talking some NBA Finals with Tim Captain, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910. Kyrie Irving heading back to Boston. What kind of welcoming do you expect the crowd there when he gets on that court?
Yeah, the good thing is, what do they say? Sticks and stones that can hurt me, but names will never hurt me. Kyrie's played in front of hostile crowds his entire life. He loves taking that and using that energy. So if I was Boston, I wouldn't say a thing to him. Just let him go out there and play. He's one of those guys that uses energy, against him to excel. So obviously they're going to be loud. They're going to be boisterous probably every time he touches it. But that's his sanctum. 94 feet up and down the court where he can perform, and those fans can't do anything about it to stop him.
Tim, I'm real curious. To me, watching Dallas play, they might run the best pick and roll and high pick and rolls around the free throw line better than anybody right now in the NBA, with Luka controlling that. And that's why Lively and also Gafford end up with so many dunks at the rim. Can Boston slow that down? Or we saw what happened against Minnesota. They had no answer for it.
Yeah, Minnesota definitely struggled with it, and it will be. It's a huge part of their offense. You have what you can't let happen is you can't let Luka turn the corner and then hold that defender on his back. So if the big is going to show, he's got to stop Luka to let his defender get back around in front of him, because if Luka turns the corner and he has a shot or a pass, then you're in no man's land. So you have to take one of those away. So the big has got to step up, stop Luka to let the defender get back around in front of him, and now the weak side help rotates on the lob, but you want pressure on Luka so it's not an easy pass. What was happening with Minnesota is they weren't doing either. Luka was attacking the big. Okay, Gobert, you're going to step up. After he turned the corner, he wasn't there stopping Luka, so he was turning the corner and had both options available to him. So you either stop and take the lob away, and you take away the 3-pointers, and you let Luka, get a layup, which to me is fine. Don't let those other guys on the perimeter get involved in the offense. And don't let Lively and Gafford get involved in the offense. Let Luka score 60. If he scores 60 and those other guys have 2, 3, 5 points, they're not going to win. But when Luka has 30 and those other guys have 10, 12, 11, and 14, now everybody's involved. You've got to take something away.
So Tim, all that being said, the pundits are saying this could be the most 3-pointers hoisted in an NBA Finals ever, right? So
without a doubt, it's what Boston does naturally, and we've seen Dallas as well. Luka, Kyrie shoot tons, and if you try to stop them in the lane, they kick out the guys open at the threes. I expect a lot of threes to be shot in this series, without a doubt.
Okay. So if Dallas struggles or Boston struggles with the 3, do you give the better outcome to Dallas because of just how you just broke down with Luka and the high pick and roll? I mean, if they're both struggling, whose low game or game in the paint would probably suffice to a win?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, that's only if you let Luka get in the paint and you're trying to double and triple team him in the paint, and you're keeping all those other guys open. But if that's the way they're playing it, yeah, then it plays into Dallas' hands. But for a series, they may go cold for a game, but I don't see them going cold for the series, Boston.
So with that being said, you said it's a game of who makes the most shots. So who will that be when this is all over, and how many games?
I think Boston were the best team, in the Eastern Conference all year long. They not only, because here's the thing, Boston gets after it defensively too. So I think Boston wins the series just because, let's face it, they had the best record in the league all year long. They did what they did in the playoffs, and I think they're the better team. I think they make shots throughout the thing, and I think they're capable of slowing Luka and Kyrie down a little bit with Jaylen Brown, with Drew Holiday, with Jason Tatum. With their plethora of defenders, I think they show them different looks, and they're able to handle them, and I think they score more points.
How many golf balls did you lose today?
Me today?
Yeah, no.
On a par 3 course? On a par 3 course?
There's some water on that track.
I did not hit it into the water. I did not lose a ball.
Good. There it is. That's Tim Kempton, buddy. Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate you.
Great talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Tim Kempton. Follow on Twitter X, Suns TK, and he's brought to you today by Fodco. Hey, the nights are great, the morning are great, but what if you had a patio misting system right there in your backyard? Fodco designed the perfect misting system for your patio or something around your pool or your leisure area. You can stay cool all summer long with their misters. Check it out for yourself. Go to their website, fodco.com, or just give them a call, 800-607-6478. That's 800-607-6478. Mention Roc and Manuch. They'll take care of you. Do not mention Jimmy B. Just mention Roc and Manuch, and they'll take care of you. They've been serving the Valley for over 35 years. They're based in Tempe. That's Fodco.com. We'll continue right here on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
It was the start of the final week of voluntary OTAs for the Cardinals today. 3-day mandatory minicamp starts June 11th, and the team will adjourn for the summer. In college hoops, ASU and GCU will take part in the Aquashore Series basketball tournament during Thanksgiving week. The Arizona women will also be there. The Stanley Cup Final begins on Saturday as the Panthers host the Oilers, and you can hear all the action of every game right here on Fox Sports 910. And the Diamondbacks take a 2-game winning streak into tonight's series opener with the Giants. Ryan Nelson will be on the mound. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures right around 77 degrees. And then for your Tuesday, slightly warmer, right around 104 with mostly sunny skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
The open road is the one place you need to be in control at all times. There's a surprise around every corner, and Brake Masters takes that seriously. Get your vehicle in Brake Masters shape today. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters.
Celebrate Father's Day this year at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Introducing the TaylorMade QI10 Max Driver and Irons. Score up to $400 in gift cards when purchasing TaylorMade products. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. Now $50 off. Shop with us this Father's Day in store or online. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, you can de-risk your retirement dollars with proven tax-saving solutions that have less risk and higher historical returns. National talk show host, wealth strategist, and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution can show you how to keep more of your hard-earned money from the upcoming tidal wave of higher taxes. Learn why it is never too early or never too late to get a head start to be retirement tax smart through proven solutions that can save you and your family thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com.
If you need your AC unit fixed this summer, before you do anything else, stop and get a second opinion from PlumSmart. PlumSmart consistently saves customers hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on overpriced or even unnecessary repair bills. Usually, they're about half the price of the other guys. So before you spend way too much money on an overpriced AC repair, get a second opinion from PlumSmart. 480-654-8865 or go to itsjustplumsmart.com.
The perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. The Sandman.
It is caught. Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch, now on Fox Sports 910.
I'm just a little disappointed. I'm gonna get this out right away, Frank. I see what you post on social media. I get it. You're on a golf. You're in a golf tournament wearing a Baltimore Ravens hat. I just don't. I'm sorry. I know it's a bird and all, but I just really struggle because you're an ambassador for this organization here in your hometown here in Phoenix, Arizona, and you're wearing a Baltimore Ravens hat playing golf in a golf tournament. Why? We'll give you the floor here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I did, when it comes to birds, I've been pretty fond of those birds. I've gone from the War Eagle onto the Arizona Cardinals, and I actually spent 1 year with the Baltimore Ravens. And if you had saw the full outfit, I had on a black shirt, some khaki pants, and some black shoes. So you would know that this, I'm definitely about the outfit way more than the actual hat.
Okay, so I could give you any hat. I give you a Dallas Cowboy hat or a Green Bay Packer hat. Just if it matches your clothes, you'd wear it.
If it matches the outfit, I don't have. Look, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. What are you talking about? Like, you can't,
bad example. Let's say. Let's rewind the tape. Let's figure it up. A Philadelphia Eagles hat, an Eagles hat, and you're wearing some green pants. It'd all go right. You would wear it.
I was just at Mark McMillan's event, and he played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Byron Evans happened to be there. Seth Joyner was there. These are all former Eagles, but some of these guys are my teammates. At the events, brother, you can't uniform shame me. Like, if I gave you $1 million to be doing radio for blah blah blah, would you be anti in this conversation?
No, he would kick us to the curb.
Yeah.
Yes, Frank.
Yeah. When in Rome, right, Frank?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, when in Rome.
Rocket Frank, middays. It just took me. I saw it just now on your Instagram, and I'm like, why is he wearing a baby? I know you played 1 year there. It's like, come on.
Yeah, you know what's funny, man? Actually, Robert Tate was there, and we was at this golf event for Compassion Alliance, and I knew Robert Tate had played for the Ravens too. A couple of people that was for the organization, they liked the Ravens, but it was a bunch of fans that was there from all sorts of football, all sorts of the 32 teams in the NFL. And of course, I did get the slack with the Ravens cap, but I'm a former member of the Baltimore Ravens for a year, ward number 81 before another Cardinal player, and Anquan Bolden went there and took on the other 81. So the NFL is one of those situations where you're blessed to move about and play with different teams. You do get that. You do get the luxury and opportunity of doing that. I would never wear this. Is the only hat I would never wear. And you already know the university of the hat. I will never wear.
I don't blame you.
So Frank, when you went with the Baltimore Ravens, you played with the Cardinals, played with the Ravens. What differences? You got a pretty much consistent winning organization with the Ravens. You guys went to the playoffs one time in '98 with you. What's the constant with that Ravens organization that still is in effect right now?
You know, honestly, they just, from my understanding, the guys I could talk to, the organization with the Ravens, man, they support their players and they put their players first in all aspects. They are the ones that get on the field and go after it. But when it comes to the management and the organization, I mean, like, you know, when I was there, you know, Art Modell was the owner of the team at that time, and of course they had a new owner that just taken place. When I was there, it was Art Modell and Ozzie Newsome. Those are the two guys that, you know, they wanted me to come to that organization. You know, you always have this conversation with the players, and it's just one thing, Rock. You want to go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. And that's something that the Ravens did. They celebrate their players in a manner where it's on the field, off the field. When it comes to in-house or things they have with their families or they have their friends, universities, that's what they did. And it was something that what led me to going to them in the latter parts of my career.
Do you see the Cardinals with Jonathan Gannon looking to change the culture, that might be something that Michael Bidwell will start to do with all of the necessary changes he's had to make with that horrible report card they got as an organization, that you can start to see that turn the corner and that they're more celebrated over at the Cardinals complex?
You know what's funny about that, man? Like, I marvel at that the players still have those conversations about the Cardinals, and honestly, because I've seen Mike do nothing but change. Like, in the last 2 years, we can say everything we wanted and change. What he heard from the fan base was we wanted new coaches. He went out and got new coaches. We wanted a new general manager. He went out and got a new general manager. The only thing that we haven't changed is our quarterback, and I'm pretty sure that's only because the coaching staff saw that he has the talent to come out and play. We just got to get him to play. However, from a former player walking into that organization and going into the building, everything has changed. The kitchen, they got a new kitchen. They got a new facility. They got glass. The bubble is entirely different. The way they run the management and the team and the staff, like the team is in one building. Mike went out and got and hired this new head hunter of a marketing guru. He's in now. He's doing a ton of stuff. You can see the changes they've made with the stadium that they got going on. You can see the new contract they just signed with, you know, Arizona Family. That in itself is like the stuff that he's been doing since I left the organization has been absolutely tremendously changing. I mean, from the way you deal with the players, how Mike is interactive, the players get to use his plane on different situations. The coaching staff that he had in here between, you know, we look at Ken Wisenhunt and Bruce Arians, two guys that are offensive-minded coaches. So I see so many positives. Of course, the results on the field has never been, you know, absolutely everything we wanted. But when it comes to Michael Bidwell and what he's done with the organization, coming from what I saw when I first got here and what I knew about the NFL, and what I see now and what the guys are getting, he's doing everything he can in his power. New airplanes and all the new stuff they got in the stadium, the new stuff they have at the facility. So there's change that is taking place, whether we see it or not. I just don't see the knock because I see what he's doing. I see what he's done. Now, everything else outside of that, and I agree with you on your first statement was, you know, JG has come from an organization in Philly, and he saw what that looked like, and he got to the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. And so, of course, you want that when you bring guys in. You want them to bring that attitude, that mentality, and those things that are needed in order to make your organization be successful. I think they're heading in the right direction.
But you wear a Ravens hat. You say all that, you still wear a Ravens hat.
I play for the Ravens, Rock. Rock, I play for the Ravens. It's not like my ex-girlfriend. I play for the Ravens. It's okay. It's okay. I play for them.
No, you just shut me down. I got it. It was perfect. Good job. You were just selling the organization. You know, you're selling Michael, and then you still wear this Ravens hat.
Yeah, but I do both though, man. You know me. I support. You know, you guys. You know, I'm out here, man. I love what the Cardinals are doing. You guys know that. But I appreciate. Look, but at the same time, it is kind of odd when I do wear the Raven hats. I don't wear it much, but when I do get that from everybody, Rock. So you're right in line. You're right in line with everybody else.
Hey, we'll let you go on a real football question. What do you think of the Chicago Bears now being the Hard Knocks television product with Caleb Williams as the star player for the Bears?
Good for them. You know, they went out and got the first round. I think they made some tough decisions in the offseason, man. You know, you got a young quarterback that you brought in. You wanted him to be the guy. And then it didn't work out. And you shipped him off to Pittsburgh. And, you know, now you're in a situation where you was bold enough to go use your first round draft pick with Caleb Williams. he's this young former Heisman Trophy winner or Heisman Trophy winner from USC, and he's, there's nothing better in the NFL than a new quarterback in regards to marketing, when it comes to just NFL packages, and as well as when it comes to TV sales and all that stuff, but more importantly to a fan base. And the Chicago Bears is a hungry fan base that needs to win, that need to get the win, need to get the monkey off their back. And if you can get insight on it, I hope they can handle it. I hope the players can handle it. Young quarterbacks tend to struggle sometimes, and hard knocks get in there because they got to try to prove to be something that they're trying to win a job and still prove that they're worthy of that, that first round draft pick. So for the Chicago Bears, hopefully these guys can take advantage of it and put together something as an organization that they'd be proud of when they come out to playing football in September.
So if you get $110 million guaranteed and you sign your name and you get $88.743 million due is that next day, how does that money go? All that money, realize you're going to make close to $30 million a year. And what do you do with all that money, Frank? I'm just curious.
You know what, man? Honestly, you sit back and you marvel initially. That's what my first contract was 3 years, $1.3 million, and I had a $258,000 check. And I thought to myself, like, this is a long ways away from a Charlie program of $1,600, brother.
Yeah.
So for a fact, when you start looking at it, you honestly at this stage, man, these guys start looking at their family. They go back and look at their mom, their dad, their coaches, their universities, and places that supported them since they were 6 years old. You look at yourself and you say, man, you can't really spend it on yourself. A couple gold chains, maybe some nice outfits, a couple pair of shoes, and maybe a nice, nice car or something like that. But that's about as far as most players go. You start looking at that money, you start looking at your family, and that's just literally what happens. That's why all these guys cry and you see these tears because they, this is the part where it's life changing. So it's a great moment to have, man. It's definitely a special place to be. It's definitely something anomaly that most guys, people don't get to experience. But for the players that do, they look at the family members that supported them and the people that really, got them to that place.
Former Raven, Frank Sanders, on Roc and Manuch. Have a good week. I'll send you an Eagles hat. I'll send you an Eagles hat, all right? Since you like the birds, I'll send you a bird. Fly, Eagles, fly. See you, buddy. That's Frank Sanders joining us as he does on Mondays. We always appreciate him. He is a former Cardinal and Raven if you're just joining us. But, 1 year with the Ravens. Of course, Auburn Tigers. So
sure.
We'll finish up Casino, Arizona next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Brush fire has shut down northbound Beeline Highway from the Bush Highway over to SR 188. Once again, northbound SR 87, the Beeline Highway closed from the Bush Highway over to SR 188. And a crash on Bethany Home at 10th Street.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com.
Social games for free. Head to ChumbaCasino.com now to join the Chumba Fun and experience the thrill of the Chumba life. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito, the official tequila of game day.
Beat the heat with a patio misting system from Fogco. Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio, pool, or leisure areas. Stay cool all summer with Fogco patio misters. Get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com. Fogco, serving the Valley for over 35 years.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you can with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Around after the sunset, Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn and Row will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Learner and Row. We're with you every step of the way.
Learner and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's summer at the Home Depot, and that means it's time to kick off the season of outdoor doing. Whether you're planting in ground or in containers, we have your planting season covered with savings on soil and potting mix. Give your plants the nourishment they need with the continuous food release of Miracle Grow 0.75 cubic foot garden soil on special buy for $10. And give all your container plants the foundation they need with Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix on special buy 2 for $16. It's summer savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
It's the Learn and Row. One call, that's all. All of the day. If you're looking for a full-service number, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Learn and Row. Put in Arizona's best law firm.
Marte slams it deep to center. Bader backing up, looking up, and it's gone. Ketel Marte, his second home run today, and the Diamondbacks have stolen the lead in the ninth.
There you have it. D-back split with New York. They will be home tonight, 6:40 FS1 game as the Giants are down. Should be a good one. As that is your weekend wrap from Learn and Row. Appreciate that one call. Really, that's it. I mean, other than waiting for NBA on Thursday, NHL on Saturday, we got some D-back baseball all week. Nothing in between.
Yeah, D-back baseball.
College baseball, but, Grand Canyon out, Arizona out.
Arizona State never in.
No, which I really find that hard to believe. I remember when I first moved out here, it's like Arizona State was always
they were
going
always
to Omaha, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it was like
always.
What happened?
I don't know
that program. I know you follow it pretty closely. It just, it's unfortunate.
I don't know.
They have a lot of talent want to come here.
Well, they did, and I think that talent. I think what happened a lot when the scholarships got cut for baseball.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of those other kids were staying in California because there's always Arizona State, USC. You think of all the Texas, LSU over and over again, and you had the Jim Brock, you had the Bobby Winkles, Jim Brock era, which they were always going to College World Series. Pat Murphy, they kind of sort of went there. Then after that, they've been down over the years. But they're the former, I want to say the former player from ASU was with the Diamondbacks. For his name, he had him on the precipice of going to the Pac-12 championship. They lost, I believe, to U of A. But I think you look at this ASU program, and hopefully he's getting them back there. But just that these players are so spread out now anymore, guys. ASU and USC. Texas, LSU, they used to get the best of the best, the cream of the crop.
Texas and LSU, they were in
all the time.
The time. They still
are. And I don't know if it's just a team, a lot of players are like Oregon State. Who would ever thought Oregon State would have won it several times over the last several years, but their program is at a better pace or a better situation than Arizona State University. Now, they've built a hell of a program up there at Oregon State, but it just has not been the same. Pat Murphy leaves, moves on, and it's just been a couple of different coaches that have come through, but ASU just doesn't have that, that bang for the buck like they used to. Heck, with me growing up, ASU was always going to the College World Series. If you were a baseball player growing up, you wanted to either play football or baseball at Arizona State University.
Freaking Barry Bonds played at ASU.
Well, you had so many Reggie Jackson, Sal Bando. The legacy is there for so many players. Hubie Brooks, I think of Hubie Brooks, Kenny Phelps. You go on and on. But I think that the cutbacks of scholarships, and then there's that proverbial changing of the guard when other teams pretty much go the other way. Guys, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Who is your choice to win the NBA Finals? Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Is it the Celtics or the Mavericks? Well, so far, the Mavericks 66.7% and the Celtics 33.3%. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch and vote as that gets going underway on Thursday in the Stanley Cup Finals on Saturday.
I'm just saying that people that are particularly in the East, because they don't watch anything west of the Mississippi, that they have no clue how good Dallas is. And when the Denver Nuggets were beaten in Game 7 by the Minnesota Timberwolves, everybody came, oh, God, look at the T-Wolves. They're going to roll Dallas. I never thought so. I was on the Mavericks from the get-go, and with what they have acquired as far as Lively and Gafford combining in that center position and picking up P.J. Washington as well. I knew you were going to reference him.
P.J. Washington.
Yeah, I know you like him. This team is ready. They are ready to take the Celtics to the woodshed, and I believe that this is a 7-game series, and as we get closer, I'll probably make a pick, but I'm not going to do it yet.
Oh, man, I can't wait. What time? What
That's-
day?
Are you doing on Thursday?
Yeah, can you do
I'll
it Thursday?
I'll do it Thursday.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Like 3 o'clock?
Are
we doing a drive time?
Are you going to be there for the show?
Yes, I will
Okay,
be.
I'm
I won't miss
checking.
it.
Okay.
I will not miss it
I'll
for your
make
prediction.
I'll
I don't know
make
how
my
to be able
pick
to
on
wait.
Thursday. Listen, you're just going to have to deal with it for right now.
I got to wait till Thursday?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Jeez.
I know.
I mean, I know you're a big Dallas fan, so I'm kind of like thinking.
It's not that I'm a big Dallas fan. I see what I see. I see how good they are.
Jimmy called it, Rock. You weren't here, but he called it. He said those Dallas Mavericks, this Timberwolves team, they're young. They play great defense, but these two guys, like Kyrie Irving and then that other guy, Luka Doncic guy, they're pretty damn good.
Yep.
So these two backcourts aren't too bad, but it'll be a raining of threes for this NBA
It'll set a
final.
record.
Oh,
Set a record.
I'm sure it will.
30. Is Kaylin Clark playing? Or?
No, she can't make
She
this
can't
one.
make this
No.
one.
She's a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everybody, for the world-class pick coming up Thursday.
302. 302 on Thursday.
302.
302. Yeah, we'll have the opening of the show, and then we'll go right to Jimmy B's pick. Can't wait. Hey, have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 1.
10. Clear.